balance for the start.
It is good balance for the start. Hi, welcome back. We've had 2 weeks off from the Starfinder podcast and Twitch show here on the Dragonborn Industries channels. I'm Ian, the Dragonborn Bard, and I'm joined as always by my lovely players all around the table. We're going to start with a full contingency. We're going to start over here. Tell us who you are and who you're playing.
I'm James. I play Eda Kator, the Cadabo Technomancer, like a wizard that uses technology.
Hi, I'm Steph. I play TJ Squeakerson, the Hostoki Envoy, a hamster boy.
Hi, I'm Tamsin. I play Calyx. A Decimar Amargo, like a little centaur caterpillar with an axolotl face. And I'm a mystic. Space wizard.
Wizard.
I'm Alex, I play Roos. He is an Aspraxa space Jedi chicken.
That's pretty accurate.
I mean, a Jedi is kind of space.
Yeah.
He is a Solarian.
Yeah, that's it. Fuck, man. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I'm Jack. I play Kaz Umbra, which is essentially a drow, but space drow.
Sprout.
He is a nanocyte, so he has the ability to control his own atoms, essentially. That's how I flavoured it anyway, but yeah, very dark, mysterious, like all my characters.
I think worth pointing out that between the races here, so like layman's terms is, we've got this like hobgoblin mixed with an oni. We've got a homebrew race which is taken from the Yosoki. We've got the Decimar, which is our silkworm caterpillars, which eventually, if they so choose to, want to metamorph into a giant moth wizard. We've got a space chicken, which is the Aspraxa, essentially the equivalent to an Aarakocra. And although Jack says drow, the Strix are actually a separate race, but they look very similar to drow, which has been coming into Jack's story. And obviously, back to me, I'm Ian the Dragonborn Bard. And we would like to say thank you for being here. Thank you for giving us 2 weeks off. I had to be away, so there's nothing on these guys. They were here. I just didn't show up. I locked him in here. I kept him prisoner. And
Please
now,
let us out.
don't. So thank you for these guys for staying here. Thank you for me for coming back. I want to quickly chat about. I'm going to start today off with Roll and Play Press on the start of the announcements. You can go get these books and many other books from rollandplaypress.com and use the code Dragonborn10. It's our affiliate code. You get 10% off your books, and they are fantastic toolkits for you to have behind the screen or as a player to just, when you need those extra bits filling out, really kind of go for it. To which end then, I'm going to grab the Game Master Sci-Fi Toolkit, and then we are going to go to... Ooh, I'm just going to pick a page at random this time. 55 exterior encounters, outer hull occurrences. Steph, give me a D12.
Ooh. I don't know what that was. 2.
2. A slime droplet appears on one of the crew's helmets. Helmets. It splits in 2, then 4, then 8, rapidly covering the visor. That's some alien shit right
Sounds
there.
like evolution.
Yeah, it does actually. So go check out Roll and Play Press. Use that code Dragonborn10. You can get 10% off your books. And I'm going to hand over to Steph.
We meet again, trainer. It's been a long time since we last did battle, and believe me, my Pokemon are stronger than ever. I've done everything I can to be the very best that ever was, and I've gone into the archives and found an ancient Pokédex. They say it could only log 150 Pokémons. Can you believe? I've consulted the cards, Beanie Babies, sticker books, and I know that I am ready. So, PG, I choose you! What? A shiny Charizard? But how? PG used Gust! Charizard used Turtle Annihilation? It's super effective? PG, no! Darn it, darn you. I knew I should have gone to www.warriorprince3d.etsy.com and used the exclusive permanent code to the stars to get 10% off high quality 3D prints. That way I could have got the new 3D Pokemon cards printed by I can't read without my glasses.
What's happening to this character?
The way that I could
Their IQ is just dropping with every
That way,
sentence.
I could have got the new 3D Pokemon cards by ABC 3D models and printed by Warrior Prince 3D and been prepared for this encounter. Just you wait, trainer. I'll get you next time.
Fuck you.
I read that
pain.
specifically.
Charizard used total annihilation.
At that point, me and Ian were like,
I was writing it and I was like, yes, this will cause the most devastation.
Yeah.
united
It was
people's
super
in our
effective.
nation.
So, yeah, please, I'm not saying thank you for that. Please go check out Warrior Prince 3D. Richard actually sent me
Oh.
2 of the Pokemon cards. He sent me, I
Genuine-
remember that
genuine-
I had that set.
Yeah, genuine 90s memorabilia. You missed.
Oh.
Yeah, look, that one looks perplexed, and then it's just like you hit it with essentially a ball of death on a string.
Phew. Oh, I'm out of practice.
Oh my god, you're beaming a Pikachu. But, so Richard actually sent me out my starter Pokemon, which is...
Squirtle.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, I
can't help it.
nearly
Yes,
gave you
Greg.
inspiration. Credit it for that.
Okay.
But I realised we weren't in game, so not there yet.
No.
But yeah, he sent me one out, and it's stunning. It is absolutely stunning. And he's also sent me out a 200% size one that I can then. Yeah. So they have done like they've got already the first 4 starters, full Gengar evolution. So gassing through Gengar. They've got all the evolutions. They've got like so many of them, and they are.
They're really
What's our permanent code again?
To the stars for 10% off.
I'm hoping they're on the Etsy store.
They
just
are
checking it
actually.
out.
Yeah, and genuinely, I'm going to get the airbrush, especially the Gengar ones. I really want to get the airbrush and the UV paints out on them and create that glow. But they are, properly good.
So it's www.warriorprince3d.etsy.com. See, there they are.
Fucking amazing.
Can I get
Yeah.
a life-sized Onyx?
a life-size
Life-size
Onyx.
Life-size
Right.
Onyx.
There's a guy who's done a life-sized full set of evolutions.
Yeah. Oh,
Mewtwo.
yes. He's 3D
Yeah.
printing them.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
doing
yeah.
printing the whole 151.
Yeah,
So he's going to get to Onyx.
That's a lot of resin.
See, now
He's
this,
doing it in FD. It's actually technically he's FD printing this, so it's
when
actually
it
in
gets
plastic.
into life-sized evolutions, I think that's when things get a little bit dicey, right?
Especially Vaporeon.
Yeah.
So I get the whole furry thing, right? And people are furries, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But what I don't understand is the evolution thing. Why is Vaporeon the...
Pretty moist.
It's the water.
Pretty moist.
I'll send you the Reddit link.
Okay, right. I
It's the wet.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
I didn't think of Pokemon like that because they're animals.
Yes.
Minimal effort, innit?
They go.
She's good to go. Okay, I've learned some things here.
Yeah, it scarred my mind, so it can scar yours too.
Life-sized Bellsprout.
So Bellsprout is one of my favourite things. We can Bell's the flashlight.
Is it?
Yeah.
Just because you got a Shundo event, they need to show off.
Yeah, I do. So the Pokemon Go players here, I was like,
Life size
Even though
Onyx. 3D print it with one of those like house printers.
oh, the concrete one. So the guy that's doing
You
it
could
3D has to do it in
3D
bits,
print.
and then like is
But
putting
he's
it all
got like
together.
a full size, like meter by meter.
Well, that's what I mean. If you were going to do a life-size Onyx, would you 3D print it using a house printer?
No, well, I mean, if it was made out of concrete, yeah, but then you wouldn't be able to. Yeah, but he's doing it. And,
Because they're stone types, and concrete is a type of rock.
God, we're fucking
It
nerds, aren't
is.
I'm not denying it.
Don't let me
Like
geology
too
on
much.
you.
So what happened there was I didn't know what to say, so there was a pause, and Tamsin's innate need to fill the silence kicked in.
I was trying to get past the stone type.
I didn't know where.
Pokemon, I don't know.
In my mind, I was like, how do I go from this to Loki battle mats? How do I get on to the next section? And so I'm
Geo
gonna hand it,
also contains geology.
so I'm gonna hand over to Jack, who's got some Loki deck of many insults. I don't think you should have got to the screen.
Well, it's fine, they can't read it.
Yeah. Yeah, Loki deck of many insults ready to go. So I guess fucking
So
sling
do
them out,
one for,
buddy.
one for everyone? It's
Yeah,
fucking- Jesus. Who are we starting with? Who's
do me.
Do you.
Vaporeon me.
Do you. Alright, here you go, Ian. Were you a slippery baby?
No! No!
Oh, my chest hurt on that one.
Wait,
That was it.
are you a slippery baby?
Were you a slippery baby?
My chest hurts.
Okay, Because you got dropped. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you think about that one, obviously we were on a whole different ball game there with Vaporeon. Then that comes out, and then you really got to think somebody dropped a baby. Somebody saying, "Were you dropped on your head as a baby?"
I don't think you topped that one.
The rest are gonna be shit now. I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
My chest genuinely.
Oh, I'm doing one for you. Oh, fucking, and then that way it's not ending on someone doing you, because
Yeah,
I like
that's
your
good, yeah.
deliveries at the end. You're so full of shit, the latrine's jealous.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good, yeah.
All right. I'll take it.
Yeah, you will.
Oh,
Dave.
great choice. Right, James.
Consent, please.
This one's for you, James. You're about sharp as a bag of holding, full of hammers.
That's good. I like
It's quite a gentle one, that one.
Yeah. That's a gentle when you put
just
your
picked
hand
up.
in that hammer bag.
Steph,
Hello.
I've met bugbears with better personal hygiene.
She fucking stinks. She, like, genuinely being in this room right now, like, James had to get the fucking little bullet spray out. Oh my god.
Listen, I love fish. What can I say?
I bathe in sardine oil.
They pour it on me, baby.
Oh, it's never gonna end.
Oh, God. Right, Tam, this is for you. Let me cast Comprehend Idiots before you speak to me again.
That's good. I quite like that.
Very D&D topical.
Yeah.
Hit me, bruh.
Alright, here you go, buddy. I couldn't give a gibbering mouther's jizz about your ill-informed opinions.
She?
Very
So-
random.
That was a
I couldn't give a
mouthful.
gibbering
Yeah.
mouther's jizz.
Yeah, so the gibbering mouth, but I mean, that's just gibbering mouth jizz. That's quite. I don't see them having dicks.
Who says they need a dick to come? I mean,
You know what? You're quite right.
Yeah.
That was very, very inappropriate of me,
Very
and I.
misogynist of you,
It
Ian.
was, yeah, it really was. Everyone handed any cred sticks they've got.
I think you should hand them out.
You should have seen on the 2E places. I was fucking wanging them out all over the place. To which end I was like, I don't remember who's got what. This campaign.
Session.
yeah.
Ah.
Please go check out Loki Battle Mats. They've been really supportive of this show in recent weeks, and it's been really nice to chat to the guys there. They do have some great products. Obviously, we've got the Christmas stuff that they're doing with the Gift of Adventure. They've got the Deck of Many Insults. They're currently at Essen in Spain right now, so if you're over there, go check them out. Say we send you. And all in all, just yeah, please. Are you alright there?
Carry on.
Yes, sir. To which end then, I believe that's all of the announcements. You right?
Yeah. Carry
What
on.
are you looking at?
I don't want to know when it's Tamsin.
Yeah.
Just typed in Essen.
Essen, Spain. Because Essen's in Germany.
Sure, there is a Spanish show on at
That's
the
what I
moment.
was looking for. And then it's Essen is the name of the show, not the name of the place.
Right.
Which
yeah.
is why it's confusing, because I was like, Essen's in southern Germany. That's a different country.
No. There's a convention happening at the moment.
It's called Essen,
Yeah.
which makes more. Well, why are they not holding Essen in Essen? I feel it's like a.
I'm not the organizer.
Don't shoot
Organisers.
messages down.
Oh, Tamsin, calm down.
I'm gonna get onto these guys like a Karen.
Dear Essen.
Dear Essen, why are you not taking? Carry on.
To which end, we're going to jump into this week's episode of Starfinder. Finally, back on Absalom Station and a little more well off financially, the crew of Orion's Hope make their way to Agent Wren's safe house in the spike of the station. Here, they meet up with not only Wren, but Chiskisk and Historia 7, but Lizwari Elispo as well, head of the Starfinder Society, who has taken an interest in our heroes in the run-up to the elections for a new Starfinder First Seeker, something Zano, Dynatech's head of exploration, is also a candidate for. With the crew now safe and home, well, home for most of them. Luazi questions the crew on what they believe and what they have experienced on their travels together so far, even so far as to push TJ for an emotional response to their prying. The final outburst being enough for Luazi to affirm her own beliefs and to openly tell TJ that the Starfinders would accept the Hastoki as an official race with a higher sentience and something that had happened with the android race not so long ago in the Pact World's history. And with this, Luazi states that if those members of this crew that are not already Starfinders may wish to join the Starfinder Society if they so choose, and presents you all with Starfinder badges.
Forgot about the badges.
And that is where we're jumping into today's session. You stand around the table, these Starfinder badges having been presented to you on a small platter of sorts. You see Ren, Historia 7, Chiskik, and Luzwari all smiling at you. As I hand over to you, my friends, and Steph, what would you like to do?
Wow.
Anyway, I just got blasted.
I don't know why I put that in there, it's always really fun.
Right.
I'm just imagining, like, TJ just there, like, okay then.
Right.
Thanks for the Starfinder badges.
Diplomatic immunity.
So are we still in this room?
Yeah, you're still in Ren's safe house. You're stood around this central table where there are like these holographic displays that come out of it. You can see that he's like been, attaching things like your camera to it so that Historia 7 can direct down, and you can see on her screen above it, you're seeing all the footage. Everything you've recorded is like flashing by, and you can see her cataloguing it while also maintaining a conversation with yourselves. You see that Ren is smiling. Chiskisk is also, he's taking part, he's also every now and again will be bringing up files. And then Luazi is just smiling at you and is there. The actual room itself, we had this brutalist architecture where it's built into the pillars of the bulkhead that it was hidden in as like a maintenance door. But inside it is this lovely clean room with this like load of greys and darker kind of saturated colours, and each of the pillars and columns that are in there are used to have like workstations around. Some of them are like tech benches, some of them are like weapon stations, but there's also things like, when you first walked in, like Ren threw his jacket on top of like a counter where like a small data access card is and his weapons. So like, it's pretty much, you can tell this is some kind of home to him, whether it's his permanent home or just one that he uses if he needs to when back here, you don't know. But this is where you currently stand.
I mean, feel free to take the badges. I mean, I've already got one, so
All right, Greg.
Really big bollocks
just
over
saying.
there.
I will point out, above table, only 2 of them have magnets on them because I'm still waiting for the magnets to turn up, but they are all pretty much ready to go.
I'll just grab the.
Closest
It's a lucky dip.
I mean, thank you very much for allowing us to join. I don't really know what kind of immunity or anything Starfinders have, or anything, but
Nothing, she smiles and says. However, the Starfinder Society is a home to many people who either didn't have a home or to those who wish to adventure. And while I've been First Seeker, that's been what I want to push forward, is that it's all about adventure, it's all about exploration, and it's all about just going out there. It's such a wide galaxy, and what we try and do is offer people the resources and information as a collective to be able to do such things. Obviously, we can't pay people, but what we can do is try and offer you, help where needed, and that's what we sort of do. We are a society, a guild of sorts.
Exclusive club.
how do you feel then about like the whole your replacement options?
She smiles. It is inevitable that people would want to take place as First Seeker. I would not be kicked out of the society if I lose that place, but the other candidates, there are some that I find interesting, but my only issue is with Zan. Zan is power hungry. She always has been, even when we were on a crew together. And when she was put forward as a candidate for this, we weren't expecting it. But it was actually, and she like points over to Historia 7, who just cuts her off. And it's just like, is a problem. Now, the Starfinder Society has always been one about exploration, yes, and adventurers and heroes. However, people like myself, Agent Wren, we are data files. We consume data en masse. It's something we think you'd be very good at, Calyx, to help out. If you decided to go down that road, we would happily have you as part of the data files. However, we work with things like corporate espionage right the way through to destructive ancient relics, things that when adventurers go out exploring the galaxy are found. Some of that information is worth getting into public knowledge because things can be great assets for the public to then, find free fuels or to, bring wealth and stuff and prosperity to the galaxy. But other things are galaxy-ending entities that, let's face it, if they're in the wrong hands, would be released, or relics, or items of mass destruction. So what we do is my predecessors, Historias 1 through 6, and myself, we run the archive cortex in a way that we distribute what information we believe is best for the populace. However, that excludes corporations because we cannot bring stuff back to them, hand to them capitalize on. It must be something that they do on their own back, what we believe Dynatech did with their exploration department in Zano. However, they're all well and good finding their own things with their defense teams, and she looks to you, and bringing things back for their own if they want to, because it's about finding, exploration finding, and that's fine if they do that. We can't stop them. However, if they have access to some of the information that we have, that could be a calamity, that could be catastrophic. There are things that Starfinders have found in recent years, let alone over the past century, that have and nearly have ended the galaxy. Imagine if Dynatech had that and they were then going to try and weaponize, use, commercialize, dig into without knowledge of really understanding. We don't understand some of the things we found, and therefore we keep a lid on it until we know. Do you think that Dynatech would do that? Or do you think they would try and capitalize on it instantly? And you just see Liwazi smiling. And history, this is the most emotion you have seen from Historia. Because before, she doesn't talk like many other engines where it's like, hello, I am, and it's just, they have like a really good speech pattern, but this is the most engaging they have been.
Well, I guess power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
That's really deep, Bruce.
I love you, Luton.
Yes, just as this Shirin pipes up. I would tend to agree. I may only be an office jockey for Luazi, but to see that a corporation may find their way into the archive cortex and into things that I don't think, even I don't have access to, but I don't think should be out there, it's worrisome for me. The other candidates, yes, it is an internal vote, but here, they would learn and they would be almost not necessarily indoctrinated, but they would be told everything and how we normally deal with things, and it would be their choice then on to then put things to votes. But if Dynatech come in, we might see an absolute. We might see them just putting forwards new rules, new infrastructure, which could upset many of the Starfinders there already, but their influence is growing. That is the problem. Their campaign against Luazi has been something of a smear campaign, but it is working. The other candidates, Vexerin, John, they are Starfinders through and through, yes, but we believe this is a two sports race. That's the name of the episode.
Yeah,
two sports race.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm going to find a creature. Two sports race.
Two sports race.
Two sports race.
And while Ian finds it, don't forget to use your Twitch Prime Gaming so you can subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free as part of your Prime membership subscription.
It is right, and thank you, James, for that, because I completely forgot to do that. That's what you get for being away. The 2 weeks that I was away for.
Yeah.
It's a two-crescent race. It's a two Dionolo race.
No.
It's a two-dragon race.
I think sports.
Sports.
It's a sport.
It's a cannon.
Homebrew.
Yeah.
That famous sports.
And it's not the first time that we've said the word sports.
No, it's not.
It's not. So,
What was the context the first time?
you were facing a entity of some kind of farmland in the drift that had been sundered away from
yes,
it.
I remember.
Skull
Yeah.
gem.
Troll horse.
I don't know if I was here in the flesh.
Spores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Because that's what you found. Spelljam and.
See, yeah, that's what I was looking for. I was like, I knew there was one of them around.
We got that.
I mean, I would like to sort of like.
Yeah.
No, if because I mean this might take a little while. So basically, but I do want to stop to go over to talk to Historia 7. But this might be just a saying, can I come down to? Is it the Law Spire that they're in?
So the Starfinders, yes, are in the Law Spire complex.
Can I come down to the Law Spire and talk to them at some point?
Yes, we would, Calyx. We think you are very suited to the Law Spire complex, but not only that, to the Archive cortex. We think that you've already been showing that you do such amazing works with the mapping and the exploration department in Dynatech that we think that it is the perfect job for you within the Starfinder Society. You don't always need to go out, but
Another job?
yeah.
Oh, that would be amazing. I mean, I do it for free, but I mean, also, I'd like to get paid. But because I found that money's quite useful here.
Luaz
But
is,
I'd like to.
as you're saying, is the person who speaks up. She's like, it is about the only place within the Starfinder Society that actually does pay. But that is
Hey.
for while you are working in office. If you are part of the data files out on missions, you have access to resources and stuff. But it is all negotiable. We can sort something out. As for the rest of you, yes, it is a non-paid guild membership, it's a society membership, but it's one of those things where, as you go out and adventure, treasures you find are yours to keep, and yours. That is the whole point of being an adventurer. We just try and facilitate you having that societal knowledge as your background. But Calyx, yes, you will always be welcome to come in, and if Historia is a very good judge of character when it comes to these things. If she trusts you, then I would see you admitted into the Archive cortex.
Thank you. That's really kind. I wasn't expecting that. I just have a number of questions that I'd like answered because a lot happened on Kashoria, and a lot has happened, and I feel like the Law Spire may have some answers.
What are you looking
just
for?
like-
And she
Don't want to go into this right now.
Well, I mean, like Historia is just like you see like the screen change, and she's like, "What are you looking for?"
It's quite a few questions, so I don't want to drag this out.
That's why we're
I'm
here.
saying this as me, not as Calyx.
Hey, we're here for a reason. It could give
Okay.
you guys direction.
I'd like to know about the Iodara. I'd like to know about the elves. I'd like to know about anything to do with who potentially the elf that we saw and we followed is. Any magic that requires blood to be fueled, and literally anything that they have on the orbs, or if they've ever come across anything to do with them.
And right there and then, if you like to spew this out, they are like the Iodara have been around for centuries. We have one here on the station. They're all over the galaxy,
Alright then.
but they are a very inactive thing these days. They were created by the elves from Castrovel and were used to traverse the galaxy. They brought the first elves to Galarion, apparently. Yet, this is all through now stories that we know. But we do know of the history of Galarion. We do know of a lot of things that happened there. And the Iodara were used by the elves of Castrovel to traverse the galaxy that we know of.
Okay.
Realistically, the people who know more about that, and you can see like information just going through from like so many Starfinder missions above their like thing. They are like, realistically, I mean, the elves of there is an actual place which I would give you the name for. I'll probably give you the name for in a bit. That is their main home. It's where they originally came from, but they are also quite reclusive now, and they do shun many races outside of the elves. But the Iodara, you talk about this vision, this elf that you followed. It would make sense pre-Gap that they used Iodara to get around, especially if they were believers of Desna.
And that's, yeah, so I'd like to find any history to do with specifically like elves who worked on travel and exploration, because I want to know who that specific individual is.
I believe it's Sovereign. It's the name of
Okay.
the island continent that is where they're all from. As for names and stuff like that, a lot of that is lost to the Gap. We have and you see it start pouring through. I will have a look to see if we can find who this individual is, but I'm sure this will tie into the Guardian Orbs of Demalco. As for the Guardian Orbs of Demalco, yes, we know something about them in the sense that they are found only on that planet that we know of. It's only with yourselves that we have happened across them elsewhere in the galaxy, and that is thanks to Skelkin Shaw, who obviously is no longer here, and then yourselves. Now we know that there is one on the station, 2 on the station, 3 on the station now.
It's an orb party.
Yeah.
There are
This is gonna be-
no other accounts of them being found outside of Demalco. As far as we are aware, they are used by the Guardians to, the Guardian leaders of their people, to create emotional changes in the colossi there that ravage their lands after the awakening. We believe that they are obviously some kind of pre-gap ancient magic, but they are used to keep the demise safe.
I'd also like to just, if there's anything to do with Kyoka, or if they've ever come up in history before, including any of the Demai
Yep.
lore, legend, whatever.
But be very careful when you search for it, because they have a habit of popping up.
Really?
Well, it did for us.
I accidentally thought of one and then it appeared. That was a very wacky day.
It was the
Noted.
biggest thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
They have a plus 35.
As for blood magic, there is tons of things on blood magic throughout the universe. There are people and cults who use it as a focus almost for their magics. There are cults of the Devourer who would use it as a tool. There could be people who use it decoratively as art. There is a multitude of reasons that blood can be used in magic. Even in modern day spells, that I believe it can be a good catalyst for many magics. So I will take what you have said into account, and I'm assuming you've described the visions that you all had. As for it being absorbed from a body into, and they point to you, this entity that you have there,
Roy.
this Roy that you have there, I'm unsure, but I will look into it. At least try and find any instances of blood being withdrawn from a target for the purpose of a spell to what seems to be seal away.
Love this music.
I just want to make sure that Roy's not going to eat any of us.
I don't think Roy's going to eat us.
I mean,
We're
if you
not
would like to,
vets.
if you are worried, you
did
can.
not see what I saw. You guys were just whole. Actually, you did see it.
Yeah,
but
we were
you were
there.
hypnotized. I know, but like, oh, that
Roy's
was
not going to do
weird.
it again, are you, Roy?
Suspiciously quiet.
Roy vibe.
Right.
Curiosity.
God, he's gonna eat you.
There are, from the description you've said, it seems to be some kind of sealing magic. It seems like this was some kind of sacrificial key element to this spell or this ritual. As for the elves, yes, I'm not sure if we'll be able to track them down or not, but we can. We have a place to begin. That is Castrobel. We can have Starfinders look into that, any transcripts or anything. But whether that information is lost to the gap to them as well, it is most likely if it is written down. But they do have a history of telling things through stories, so who knows? As for the Kyoka, yes, we've had dealings with them before. Many.
Sorry, I'm not saying. Kelix isn't saying this.
But she says we've had many dealings with them before, and Luazi is like, yeah. So some members that join the Starfinder Society think that that means adventure is go find the biggest monster you can and try and take it on for the glory. That usually results in them hearing about the Kyoka of Demalco and trying to fight one. It doesn't work like that. They are, the more long-lived Starfinders would probably not pick a fight with something so brazen. However, we do know that there are certain characteristics that they have, because we have tried to study them in an aid to try and work out what this awakening was. Many years ago on Demalco, And like she is just like, you see like images coming up on this screen, and she's just like, her eyes are just like flicking information now, these android eyes, and she's just like special interest, just go with information. And she's like, yeah, many years ago on Demalco, not long after the Gap, there was Demalco was a verdant planet with oceans, seas, continents, and those tectonic plates just separated. They opened up, the oceans dried and evaporated, the lands cracked and and were sundered. And from the center of the planet, these colossi. The Kyoka is only one of many colossi. There are tons more, but they rose and they laid waste to the remaining cities of Demalco, and they seem to have a knowledge of where large numbers of people are, where settlements are. They can hone in on them like it's some kind of extra sense that we're unaware of, and they have to remain. Demai people now have to remain in smaller numbers, underground and separated, as these colossi roam the planet looking for them and try to destroy anything in their way. They don't seem to interact with each other in a negative way. They seem to be combing the planet for any life and destroying it. The Guardian Orbs that you have is interesting to us because they are away from Demalco. And what they found is when this awakening happened, these Guardian Orbs were found in old temples and places that were sundered, and these elder tribespeople or different members of the Demai race were able to get together and use these orbs to elicit an emotional response within the Colossi and the Kyoka itself to get it to sort of change its wants, its desires. So if it was hunting, they could change its emotional states to either satiated or to something that would make it then go off in a different direction. It's not like a mind control, but something that can influence its emotional state. It is at least some protection for them, as it currently is, or as it's currently known. The fact that we know of 2 Demai who are looking for them off planet, and 3 orbs that have been found, speaks to some interesting ritualistic tendencies or some rituals that may have happened. Or what were those? My question would be, that I would be the most curious about as a data file, is if these things were so important to the saving of the Demai people, as we know it is from the Awakening, was that the same before Gap? Were those orbs used for keeping things at bay, like these colossi? But we know that the planet was verdant and not riddled with colossi. It was, maybe, did they live in tandem? Did they? We don't know. But pre-Gap, you're saying somebody, an elf, not of Demai, came, found a Demai, and left with Guardian Orbs to then use them in some ritual on a planet far, far away. That's interesting. Is the orbs supposed to be able to be taken off planet, or are they only used now on planet? Are there more out there and they just haven't been found? Space is an endless vast. Maybe we are just happening across a few of them, but the fact there is such a concentrated amount on Demalco leads me to believe that it is quite unique of a situation you are in. When you get her talking,
Yeah.
she really can go.
It's
So yes,
trying to like put these strings together.
and that is why we think you would be great in the data files. It is putting the pieces together. It's the interest in doing it that we see in you. It's not just that, and I point to Ren. He is a fantastic hacker and a fantastic person to data dive for information, but as a field agent, he is perfect. And he's like, but I don't really like being in the office. It's not for me.
Can't see you as an office bod.
Nope, I'm more into corporate espionage and being out in the field, if you don't mind.
I
It's-
can get behind that.
To which end, I would actually, from what I've seen so far of either Katoro here, I would actually put him forward for a place in the data files too, if he so wished. He would make a fantastic field agent. He's shown great hacking skills, as is Kaz.
That's a no for me.
Can't have two personalities.
He just smiles at you. And Yeah.
I don't mean to be rude. I just don't think it's my thing. Unfortunately, I'm
And there is, so he just smiles at you and doesn't say anything. He's like, but Ida Katoro would also be a fantastic member of the, a fantastic agent in the data files. Just my two cred sticks there, Historia.
As flattering as that is, I don't think you'll like the way I deal with that stuff.
You say that. I started as a street hacker in the slums. I
remember when I started like that too.
It's just because you were a pirate or that you were into illegal activities doesn't mean that you can't use those abilities for good.
It's not like it's the space police, the police.
And that's the thing. We're not exactly the authority. We can offer you some immunity when it comes to being members of the Starfinder, which is actually why. Actually, no, it would be him that says it. It would be Chiskiss, because it's actually why Dynatech haven't been putting out massive media profiles on you all. Minus you, Ida, they don't know who you are, which is probably pretty good. Is that you have Starfinders with you, and we have been quite adamant that they cannot plaster your images around in their media campaigns because we might have you on a mission somewhere. And if you need to remain undercover...
Thank you. That's very helpful.
Well, it's been hard because, unfortunately, their jurisdiction for you is null and void. And as Luazi is like, and unfortunately, that is the play I'm making here. I am offering you the Starfinder badge, and I think you would all be fantastic, but I can only offer you certain protections if you are members. It's not going to bode well for me in the elections. Zano will use that against us. But if I lose, I lose. But if we can take Zano out of the race, I don't mind stepping down.
Hopefully, we can get enough to stop them
getting
where they want to go.
I think you have enough. I think that between you have found the right evidence to say that something suspicious is at least going on with the company, that, with your own people and with things that have happened on your home world, that they should not have access to the archive cortex. If we can get their candidacy revoked by a vote of the Starfinder Society, then that is one thing. Whether or not you take that information to the authorities is the next. Because that is a whole different ballgame. We are not authorities. We can act in what we think is the best interest of the galaxy, but we are still not the stewards. We are still not station security. And each world has its own laws. Although they are governed by the Pact, and we have the information we believe that puts the Pact at risk because of them, they still fall under station law. Whether we have enough to take them down, I don't know. But there are good people there, like you said, Calyx. There are people there who are not bad people. But there are rotten apples at the top.
That I would agree with.
You mentioned, Chiskiss would say, Rena Constantine as a potential contact. As I said before, that is a name.
Yes.
That is a very big name. Rena is obviously the head of the defense militia and security for Dynatech Industries. Why would they come to want you? In the nicest way possible. Why would they? You said they had a kill order on you, but why would they not just follow that? It is easier to deal with dead bodies and a false story than have you running around.
This is something that we discussed when the encrypted message was first sent to Ipo and Neymar. We want to meet with Rena to see if we can further ascertain their motives, but personally, and I don't know if anyone else agrees, but I agree with you, it's easier to just get us out of the picture, unless they also felt that there was maybe some corruption or things going wrong amongst their own departments and maybe wanted a little bit of cooperation.
I think there's an element of us trusting Ipo and Neymar after everything that we'd been through on Kashoria. I think from what it sounded like, Rena had a different take on the whole situation once Ipo and Nemo had explained what had happened, with, of course, Calyx and your was not the eggs and stuff, but and all the experiments going on. I think Rena did not know about any of this, and hearing about this might have swayed a few things in her mind.
Maybe. Rena does not strike me as the type that is bothered by one or two lives. She's not the kind of person I would imagine that is anything more than ruthless.
We're not talking about one or two lives here. I mean, we're talking about a whole race being experimented on for gain, profit. That is not any light thing, and I would challenge anyone in any position of hers to look past such a thing.
So what's her play here? Is that her pride? Is that her...
That's what we want to find out.
I wonder if it's in her interest to take out those above her. If she takes out those above her through jurisdiction, through... It not only cleans the company, but it means that she potentially has the ability to move up.
I mean, when I applied for the first mission, it was with the rumour that whoever was successful might be in good contention for a job at head office. Now, obviously, I know that's a bullshit, but what if there was the potential? What if they know of a seat at that table and they want in?
That's what I'm thinking. If she can clear out people in her way.
Rena is a powerful woman. She is a dragon blood of Triaxis. She is draconic. They are prideful people. She's also smart, ruthless. I would not have put it past her to have killed you on sight and had Ipo do it. Yet you speak of Ipo and Neymar as if they are a different type of person.
I mean, they were disconnected from Dynatech almost entirely. They were out of the loop for everything. Ipo, Neymar, and some of the other crew that's still there had no idea that any of these experiments were going on. There was a clear divide between those who'd been stationed there beforehand and the reinforcements that they had.
Schemes.
Schemes and schemes.
Uwazi. I would not put it past Zan to play like that. Definitely not. She is, like I say, power hungry. And ruthless. But I do not know Rena. Do you think that that is a thread you would pull on?
I think so.
I think we'd be fools not to.
I mean,
It's worth knowing.
everyone has a line, and this may be one that Rena is willing to cross in order for her own gain, but it might not be something that she wants to step over.
But that may be, if things go well, that might be a very powerful ally to have on side.
Very
I
powerful
only see
ally.
it as a pro. If we speak with her and she's willing to work with us to take Dynatech down to some extent, that is only a bonus. If we find out her intentions are of her own gain and the bad side of Dynatech, then nothing's changed.
No.
You know,
So if she is the contact, who are the problems?
obviously Zeno.
Kimpire is not on our side either.
Mr. Marketing.
Who,
Timothy and Joanne.
who was that twat we met up with?
Oh yeah, Mr. Marketing.
Was that him, the one in the weird sleeky coat thing?
Yeah, really creepy office.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah. I want to say it's something beginning with Z or X.
something spacey.
I don't have
It's a
that
fly.
note on me. Oh,
What are you
was his
looking
name?
Under
With
that pile of paper.
joining the data files, could you make me disappear?
Was it this?
All traces
On the right.
of me disappear.
Historia doesn't even bat an eyelid. She's like, yes. Is that something that you require?
Yes, I want my identity and my name to disappear as if I have died in that prison that I was held in.
I mean, that is quite easily doable. We can try and erase you from as many station and access systems that we can. However, if you are named on another system or if you're named on something else, then obviously we don't have access to that. You would have to find your own route access to those machines, those computers. But certainly with the station, if you have any information here, personal data, we can find it and erase it.
Yes, I want to be almost a ghost on the wind.
We have many data files who are the same. However, understand what you're asking for here. If you have no personal information and somebody requires that personal information, it may do you harm in terms of station authority and security, but that's where we can step in.
Yes.
You put me on that list too, the erasure of data, because folks at Dynatech think I'm dead, and my face is everywhere right now.
We can certainly try. If you are already registered as dead with Dynatech and with the station, then it is potential that we might not need to do anything. But obviously, we can't stop all media outlets
Well, yeah,
straight
that's
away.
what I'm getting at. I just think that, folks might have seen me around and gone, hey, it's that feller.
Unfortunately, that
should
is
be
something that
dead.
might already have happened. However, we can try and go in and erase data. We can't do it as it's streaming, but we can go in afterwards. There is always a risk, basically, is what I'm trying to say. If somebody is live streaming and you happen to walk across the screen,
TJ turns on the camera.
we're not necessarily going to catch that. And they do look to you, and if somebody is feeding to social medias and you happen to be in those posts,
That thing's not on right now, is it?
Motor's plugged in.
his story's got it plugged in.
It's not
So
recording yet.
obviously, yes, we can, but as information comes out, we can't keep track of everyone. There are billions of people here, not just on the station, but in the packed worlds. In raising data that's already there, not a problem. That's things like your name and any history, any financial records, deeds, ownership, stuff like that. You would lose a lot if you owned anything here on the station, but we certainly can make you more elusive to find digitally.
My plumage might change over time as well, so maybe I'll be difficult to recognize.
Does it change colour?
Yeah,
Oh, sick.
it's mating season.
Oh.
What's that?
Why do you look at me like that?
Hey man, you look at me, I just caught your eye.
Oh, is it, you go around and you make lots of friends?
No, I stick to my magazines, I think.
Magazine season. we could actually dye your feathers though. You're saying about that, if you specific look, and you want to look different.
Calix is a very talented makeup artist.
Also, I made you
neon
that
pink.
hat. You could put the hat
This will
on.
disguise you. Yeah.
Why not? You could be pink.
I'm
pink.
I might look different, but I might not be inconspicuous with that color.
Just pluck it.
Okay.
Take every penny out.
It's cold in here. Cold in space.
So, at this point, is there anything you guys would like to do? Any more questions? Any more?
I do, if I encounter, other Hostoki on my travels, am I alright to send them to your safe space?
Yes. And Luazi is the one that says yes. We have set up a small... And she's trying to find the right word, as Ian also tries to find the right word.
Is it like a refugee camp?
Pit.
Yes, but we have had to be very careful with the election and also doing anything to counter Dynatech at the moment. Obviously, with the Android Abolitionist Front, we wanted to help out. They were sentient creatures like we believe you are. But corporations have had a lot of control and a lot of militia, not unlike Dynatech. Obviously, they didn't all have vested interest in a first seeker role. Dynatech currently do, which they will then use against us as part of a smear campaign if we start taking on the Hostoki. And so far, we believe that they would use that as a way to say that we are stealing from find a way in, all that, and the rest of the horrible things that they would say. So we set up a small underground system where we've got a contact who has been able to reach out to members of the Hastoki when they see them out and about or anything. In places you wouldn't normally see them, we've put them near the stations, near the towers, and we look for those little, what Dynatech would call indiscretions. Food, conversation, entertainment. Not going straight in or out to work, but maybe hanging around for it. Little signs of individuality. And then our agents approach. And if they can ascertain whether these individuals would like to leave or find somewhere else to be, we have brought them back to the Lawspire complex via a few secret passageways that we have within the station. They currently reside in the archive cortex, where we have allowed them to do what they like. They seem to enjoy filing through data, and it's not the best of accommodation that we can offer them, but there are a few floors of individual rooms, and I mean, you would know this, that the Lawspire complex can offer accommodation to Starfinders. We have, donated what we can in terms of rooms to them, and they are slowly filling up. We're okay for now, but we do have. They're not allowed to leave currently because there's quite secretive information that they are staying with us, and we are trying to keep them away from the other Starfinders and only really interacting with the data files in the archive cortex. But we've been harboring them.
Very much appreciate that.
Doing what we can.
I'll try not to send too many your way then, but those that I can.
If there is, and they'll bring up like blueprints to the station and stuff like that, and near the free markets there is quite literally one of the pillars that holds up this like gigantic roof.
It's a hollow pillar.
They mark an area, say we leave an agent in and around this area here. They have many capabilities to disguise themselves as different individuals, and they tend to disguise themselves as currently Hastoki. They bring up another area where there is a maintenance hatch. We are using this particular hatch here, which brings them to the base of the Lawspire complex. That is how we're getting them in. However, we are having to do it in quieter times or having to clear the lobby, and people are aware something keeps happening there, even our own Starfinders, but we are trying to keep it under wraps, but we don't know how long we will be able to do that for. We at least would like it to be until the next 7 days are over and we can hopefully remove Xano from the race.
I started an Abstagram account. Am I okay to keep going with that? Is that helpful or is that a hindrance?
I think it is very helpful, and Historia brings it up instantly, and it's like, so far it has not gained the same traction as some other accounts, but it is
So far.
I've got a load of draft save ready to go.
it seems to be doing the work. The main thing is it's bringing controversy, and controversy and social media seem to then push views and push different aspects of it, and we don't just want the Hastoki to wake up. We need the other people, other races, other beings who are already sentient, recognized life forms to accept them. This is key.
Honestly, it's the reason I started the account, so I'm glad that I've done what I was looking to do.
I think it was very smart.
I have no more questions. Not right now,
I
anyway.
have two. I'm so
No,
sorry.
This is the time.
I'm sorry, I'm just staring at Historia and
Hey girl!
hi.
Ask away.
So what if we could get a list of Sano's major supporters, if we can get them particularly to maybe change their minds and pass it on to people who they follow their interests and sort of convince them. Because we're not going to convince Anno. So we need to, if we can convince people who are like major supporters of Xano.
And other people who are on the fence.
Yes.
With that, I don't think there are anybody who is like a major supporter, but we will have a look to see if there are any more influential members of the Starfinder Society who maybe have sway with younger members. We will have a look into that for you and try and find you some names. I'm going to write that down. Just give me 2 seconds.
People who we can target to sway. Sit down and have a drink with them. That's what people do, right?
Apparently, yes.
Yeah. That's what people do, right?
I believe.
I realise I should.
From
You
my-
have as much wild experience
From
as
my
I do.
research, you have a fine bottle of whiskey and 2 very fine crystal glasses.
Okay.
And you pour them out and go, Jim, let's talk. And then you have like a really veiled conversation.
Okay. Jim, let's talk.
Should we tell them?
Okay.
And you had another question.
Oh, yeah, sorry, this is a bit of a personal one. Oh, well, it kind of is. I'd like to find a geneticist.
A geneticist.
A geneticist.
Geneticist?
Okay.
What are you looking for?
I am looking for. Okay. So, having explained this whole vision dream thing, right? So I am under the assumption that the Decimar have evolved from a species of 3-armed creatures, insectoidal creatures. Possibly, I don't know whether they were refugees from their planet or whether they were whoever they were. They came in through an Iodara. They're on Kashoria. They end up evolving over time to become the Decimar. I want to find other races that may have also evolved from this same more ancient race, and I want to find out, maybe based on that and movement around the stars, where this planet is that this race came from. And can we find this race? Because we found evidence of this race on the first planet that we got the orb from.
Well, you say Avel would be the home planet of that race, from your
Oh,
information.
well, stop that then.
I think that was clear that was where they were from, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I didn't know if maybe they'd colonised multiple worlds or not.
Are you looking for where they're originally from, or if they've colonised since then?
Bit of both. Bit of both.
From the information that you've currently given us, it would be likely that was the home planet of them, if they are the predecessors to the Decimar. Yet we can see if we can put people out to look for the same genomes and stuff.
Yeah, I want to find out though about this creature, this race. Why were they so hostile? Why did they kill everyone? What happened to the planet? What is that mask? Questions.
The mask we have not seen. Obviously, only you have seen it in your visions. The race, in terms of hostility, give me a recall knowledge check.
Why aggro? Why Aggie?
Why are you mad?
Why are you mad,
It's just a straight up D20.
Well, there's a state.
What's your culture score?
I remember nothing. 5, so 13.
I mean, in your vision, bear in mind that like the Idora,
Yeah, basically.
the Idora came to life, and they were like this 3-armed bug race were like shopping and going around in the bazaar in their regular day, and they were all like curious. And then, this group of people stepped through, and people were like curious, and it wasn't until some form of larger bug or some form of larger people with metallic sword-like weapons were then like, or they would be chitinous weapons actually, were then like, "Rah!"
Good. Okay. Cool. Okay.
So it wasn't.
Basically, yeah. Then
It wasn't the whole race. It was like
okay.
aliens landed on the planet, and the town guard went, "What the fuck? We best deal with this."
Okay, that's fair then. That explains why Aggie.
That why they mad though.
That why they mad.
As for this authoritative figure that they were taken to, and this mask, this clearly not insectoid mask that you describe, I do not know.
Cool. Well, that's on the list.
Keep going, please.
I'd like to have a How to Speak Elven starter book, please.
Oh, okay. I don't have books per se, but you could.
On the data pad, can I have Elven for Dummies, please?
I can imagine you could probably bring up like an Elven translator and stuff like that. It probably is an item that you can get, and also probably.
And Dynatech Prime.
Oh yeah.
There are probably like ways to learn more languages, and I will have a quick look at that
It's
as we
alright,
go forwards.
I can look at it
Yeah,
if you
no.
want, but...
Did you know that with Dynatech Prime you can also subscribe to one streaming channel of your choice?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a promotion we put in not too long ago.
Spitch.
Oh.
Switch.
Spitch.
Switch.
Spitch.
Sounds like you're trying to say spinach.
Chiskis then pipes up. As for moving around the station, we have managed to secure you in the run-up to the election some, and I mean this loosely, some diplomatic immunity. It should mean that Dynatech and station security aren't going to be all over you.
Sick, bro.
As members of the Starfinder Society and having access to a vote and access to a current investigation, you shouldn't be apprehended or killed by the militia. There are laws that the station has, and this should keep you safe while moving around. As for crime, please try and stay clear. And again, as for crime, although we offer you, it can offer you a level of diplomatic immunity for official hits and/or militia, that doesn't mean somebody with a rather large blade isn't going to mug you. Keep an eye on your surroundings. You have obviously ruffled some feathers. I'm sorry if that's offensive.
How's elite inside trading with knowledge?
I'm not the person to ask. And then Ren is like, it depends what you're after, buddy. It's like, insider knowledge is very powerful. Knowledge is power. It's how I ended up in the game. What do you mean?
Insider trading on the stocks, a few credit sticks in one company just before they discover something.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Post-it note. No crimes. Slap it on either.
God damn it.
Obviously,
Fuck's sake.
my hangar is free to use to keep your ship in,
Cheers, boy.
but the safe house is not. You will either have to find your own accommodations, because we cannot have people following you back here. I need this. This is mine.
We could stay at the Law Spire for now. Is it Law Spire you were saying?
If you
Makes
require
sense.
accommodation, we can, as members of the Starfinder Society, we can accommodate you with rooms.
Maybe until we find something a little bit more convenient.
I mean, we can always stay on the ship as well.
We can, but if Ren doesn't want us bringing people back, it's sort of in the same vein. So like as little as possible, I think.
Yeah.
Exactly that. The docking bay is kind of fine, but it does ask questions.
Sure.
Realistically, I'd move it, but it is secure here. If you move it, it is less secure.
For now, and then we'll reassess once we've got a better lay of the land. Cool beans. Well, should we away to the Law Spire and regroup? I know you want to get your little fingers all over those data thingies. To be honest, I want to see if there's anyone I know there. So,
Yes. Oh, your wife. X.
I don't know. Status unknown.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ren, and everyone.
You've got my comm.
Indeed.
If I need anything, I will be in touch, but please stay safe, says Luazi. Historia is now just poring over data. Jessica is like, You can find me within the Lawspire complex. I will make sure that rooms are allocated for you. Are you looking for individual rooms? Or are you looking for a crew room? What would you prefer?
Things stick together.
I will try and find you some crew quarters that you can access together.
We're just all guys here.
Just lads on tour.
Lads on tour!
Lads. Oh, that really got you there, didn't it? Oh, fucking hell. Calm those tits. I love that meme. It's like calm your tits. One of the best things ever. I will make sure there are crew quarters should house the 5 of you.
Brilliant. Awesome. I mean, I've got nothing else to say.
What, actually, my camera back.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Rock and roll.
Let's make a move.
Indeed.
Yeah, where are we going?
I think we're going to the law spell, man.
So, with that, you guys can exit this, and Ren would show you out. And then,
Ren.
not like, but he would take to the door.
Slam the door.
And because he has to put a code in. And basically has it so that you can't see it. And then he's like, you know, and he literally like, oh, I'm really sorry, but I do have to keep that one under wraps.
Ren.
Then we'll
1, 2,
obviously
3, 4.
0,
Sharp.
0, 0, 0.
obviously and he like gives you the floor number and everything like that. He's like, obviously you're looking for the Lashunta girl. That's the door. There's a lot of graffiti down here and it's like a maze. Once you find her, she'll point the way, and you can see that like the way she sat on it, she's pointing the way towards the docking bay, and then the door of the ship which she sat on is quite literally the door to the to the place. And he's like, he would lead you down the other side of the corridor, away from the hangar bay, until you end up. It starts to like crawl out into more and more corridors, and there's like puddles on the floor, there's steam coming out of vents, it smells dank. It's just quite a grim area of Absalom Station. This is where so much runoff ends up, and you can smell the rust and the oils. You can hear like the clattering of metal on metal of some kind of working machinery. There is also like faulty bits happening where you just see like sparks from like some kind of terminal in a wall up high. Until you end up in, it's kind of like a slum where there are, it's an open area of this space station where in the spike there is clearly, instead of a lift, steps and ladders that lead up to the next sort of areas, and there is a ginormous pillar that leads its way up and down, and this whole floor is then bisected into other balconies and other areas. So it's kind of like a big hole with different platforms on it. Then there are steps that lead up to each of the platforms, and there is just a glow of blue from the bottom of this huge hole. You would expect to be the Starstone reactor's energy of some kind. Just don't fall
Dropping
down.
something off the side. Still going.
This
Ooh,
pillar
went down.
has obviously these like balconies all the way around it, and there's like maybe like 8 of them, and he leads you up a couple, and on these balconies, like these platforms, they're all like makeshift homes and places. One of them is like a concrete tube with like a sheet metal out the front of it, and then like a mattress in it. Other ones are like small buildings made out of like bulkhead metal or different bits of scrap that have been put together to create small shops or small places of interest. That obviously, like, there's a community here, but it's very impoverished. There are tons of Yosoki, tons of them. That seems to be like the first thing that you notice, as they seem to like be able to live in a space like this because they're a smaller race. You see the odd, you know, other things like halflings and gnomes and the occasional goblin, but you know, they always look really nefarious. Like they're wearing like a leather jacket that's like ripped to shit, and they've like got like piercings all over these like lipless mouths, and just like pierced like into it, these like rings and stuff. And they have these like needle-like teeth, and they're like slinging spice of some kind, and they're just like, yeah, they're pretty grim. And you imagine the crime down here is pretty bad. you are also probably the cleanest looking people here. You know, there is an 8-foot tall, demonic looking goblinoid in a mask. There is a drow. There is a huge yellow chicken. There is like this Aspraxa, a Decimar, this like quite small race, and then a Hastoki. So you are drawing attention.
Hood up.
But at the same time, Ren's out, he's got his jacket on, he's got a Starfinder badge, and people are just like whispering and then just leave you guys to it because they don't want to interfere with whatever's going on here. Eventually, after you go up a couple of platforms, you're finally led to some kind of elevator where Ren says, this will take you up back to the free markets if you need to be. I'm glad you made it back.
Thanks, Ren.
Where'd you make it back to?
Give us a hug.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
Oh god, sense motive.
He's out of the tech, bros.
Ren's sense motive.
You caught me.
Now it no load. I don't think it's that high. With a 5 on the dice, he's just like, okay, and just like puts his hand like around your like it'd be like your upper waist, like lower ribs. I don't know. How do you embrace him?
I just give him a normal hug and be like, good to see you.
This feels like the awkwardest hug.
We're all
Like,
watching.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit. It's Ren that's making this awkward. He is like, I'm glad you're free,
This is really weird.
but you don't owe us anything.
This doesn't usually happen.
Okay, good.
That is
Good to know.
strict.
Is this what happens after the whiskey?
Sometimes.
Look, thank you for that. It's been a while.
Do we all hug you?
You don't need to. You can. That one's from the crew. It's absolutely
Okay.
fine. Sense motive. Where are you?
Normal thing.
Yeah, you got plus 3. It's
No, I
Nate.
know my research.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just like, okay. Oh, it's getting
No,
weird.
now you've got to do it really weirdly, and then I'll come and really
All
spoil.
spies on the ring. He gets the point for the ring, and like just stands there as like this like door. As you guys are left in this, it's a large elevator. It's like a 20-foot by 30-foot rectangle. There is no music, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
It is.
TJ's making the music.
There is piss smell in the corner. It is.
Very realistic.
It's grim. It's really grim. And as it goes up, it's like the noise is like
Hits.
it sounds like it's grinding.
Someone's number.
And that would actually give me a perception check.
What was 23?
23.
7. That's 7. Yeah.
So we've got to work out which one's a which. So there is graffiti everywhere. There is.
Gonna find an Aspraxa girl's number.
No, but
Hard date.
between like some of the graffiti, which is just like, you know, a space penis, a spenus, and stuff like that. You know, the kind of standard graffiti that you get. But there were a few things that really take.
Alien, like.
Give me a culture check.
It's got thrusters for balls.
Look at that rocket ship.
That's the artwork I want on a t-shirt. Is a spenus with thrusters for balls.
You know
Look at that weird looking spaceship.
that episode of Rick and Morty. Seen Rick and Morty when he's like, here's some porn, and he puts on alien porn. It's just like this thing going. What would you say? Culture check.
Yes.
So many pluses in here.
Oh, that's a 3.
Total.
Time. Cool Steve on.
Double.
No, it's just a load of.
Oh, I didn't.
There's an advert here for Warrior Prince 3D.
High quality 3D prints.
Damn, should have used the
Shipped
train.
from
there.
Earth.
ER.
Ah.
Terror. Everybody else can give me a perception check if they want. It's just that Reese was looking
Let's do it
specifically at
for the
something.
lols. Not so long.
Somebody looking at you. Like a hole.
Glory hole.
Spinus. Spinus.
Just on a different floor. Ding, ding.
Was it in
Why are they all so different?
what is it in Scary Movie when it comes through? It's like ooh.
blast from the past.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny. Culture checks from everyone. Go on then.
Me again, or just
Yeah.
roll better this time.
Are we doing perceptions or cultures?
Everyone give me perception, and then based off the highest one, I'll get some cultures from there.
Okay.
So perception first.
Well,
I rolled a 3, so I won't do that again. Oh no, that was a culture check. Yeah. Fuck's sake.
It
said you rolled a
sounded
three,
the elevator moving.
A bit better, 10.
So 33 for the perception.
Yeah.
28, 30.
27.
12.
So no, and I think that's fitting because of where you're from. I'm going to exclude you from this.
Fair.
But for you two, because you live down in the lower parts of the spike, or you did, and for you, I think as somebody who's been around on the station a bit,
And a bit.
there are a few bits of graffiti that stick out. One of them is a crown that is placed at like a tag over things, and then you can see where people have like scratched over it with blades or something, and then have tagged over the top of that with the letters L21.
Write that down.
So those of you who have seen, which is Calyx and Kaz, can now give me a culture check.
I'll do the one I rolled, but 14.
14 total.
19.
19 also.
14. It's obviously some kind of gang sign. You're unsure as to what it necessarily is. Maybe for Calyx, you've just stayed out of anything like that and just been trying to like, I'm just gonna go to
Stuff like
work.
it, yeah.
I'm just gonna, yeah. But I mean, like the lower levels of the spike and yeah, especially the areas in which you were, you are just in as you're leaving them. Crime and gang is quite a big thing.
Yep.
It's very territorial, and yeah, you just think that those tags have something to do with that.
I know I've rolled a lot in the last 5 minutes, but
Go again.
security team, any inclination as to what?
No,
Is
because
specific
DTs were
reason.
always designed to go off-world.
Oh, okay, fair.
I think that I would love to, but I think that because you were always off-world, it's a no. But for these two, it is a case that there is something there for the crime, but you're not sure as to what it quite is.
Can I do a... Oh no, I've not seen it, but I was going to see if I could do a culture check, seeing if it's something to do with criminal underworld.
So, I mean, you guys, now it's pointed out, you know, now that you've seen it, you can point it out and, you know, say it, and you can certainly give it a try. DC is slightly different for you. But, I mean, if you're doing a criminal underworld check, you tell me what...
Hey, does anyone know what this fucking L21 means?
Oh yeah, so right here it says L21.
Them
I'm
just
glad
talking
you
about
got
this,
you.
I'm
I'm
like,
glad you
let
got
me
you.
have a look.
I need a bit more. I need a little bit more.
I remember seeing them quite a lot when I was coming to and from work, but I don't know.
Are you guys aware of any crimes going on here?
Oh, all the time.
Oh, all the time, buddy.
Comings and going? Let's have a look.
I saw my first mugging the first day of work.
And you still live here?
I don't. They gave me a free flat. I didn't have to pay for it.
Give me that criminal underworld check.
27.
27. Okay, do you have anything that adjusts the...
Reduces the DC of culture checks recalled in knowledge. Criminal underworld.
Just criminal underworld, yeah?
It's very specific.
Yes.
I suppose.
Single.
And you rolled a 20...
7.
Okay. I think the way this manifests is that you have obviously dug through data through pirates and stuff like that. And although these symbols aren't that of anybody piratey, the crown is the one that you pick up on. So it's clearly a gang sign, and you would know it to be the Downside Kings. They are an Absalom Station gang, but they do illicit activities outside of Absalom Station with other companies. They are hitmen for hire. They are criminals that have ties to major corporations. You think that between this L21 and this Downside Kings, there's obviously a territorial thing that happens here on Absalom Station. But I think you would have probably come across them in your data dealings before and been like, okay, well, I can save that information for later. And
Yeah.
X, Y,
Kind
and
of
Z.
aware of what's going on in different places, kind of like turf wars.
Yeah. But whereas you don't know who the L21 are, the Downside Kings have definitely had dealings with either the pirates or the corporations.
Yeah.
So on and so forth.
I'm not sure about this L23.
Actually, in fact, sorry, I'm going to give you more information. One recent one was a company called Astral Extractions, and there was a whole thing with them and a working in the DS
I know where you go with that.
What was a drift rock?
with a drift rock
Yeah.
that came to Absalom Station, and there was like a later claim for it from two companies. This was at the start of 317 AG, the same year that you're in, and there was news reports of crews going onto it to try and ascertain its legitimacy of being apart from the drift, but also to lay claim to it. And these two companies, Astral Extractions and God, I can't remember Dead Sons. Basically,
Nothing bad ever happened.
but essentially, they both laid claim to this rock. One of them had the ship that was towing it in. The other one was like, no, we should be thing. And there was actually a gang fight over. That was on behalf of these companies, and it was this long thing that you've probably found information on, and that was months ago now, it was ages ago. But it's a little tie-in for those of us who've played Dead Sons before. Those two gangs are still relevant on the station.
Dead Sons Book 1.
yeah, exactly. If anybody who's not played Dead Sons Book 1, we are using Starfinder law. Those gangs are here. But the Downside Kings clearly are an Absalom gang.
It seems very much like a turf war. I don't know who these new L23 wannabes are, but the other ones are the Downside Kings. They're very much sort of hitmen's for hire. They're in with major corporations, getting data and whatever they can for these things. It looks like it's almost like territory war.
Potentially good sources of getting some data on Dynatech, perhaps.
Potentially,
Or watching out for them in case they're sent for us.
Yeah.
Well, there is that.
Again.
they work
Yeah.
for the big
Going to
corps.
say.
I don't know if you guys have. I wouldn't put it past me that Dynatech would use some shadier, off the books.
Nothing is
We did
beyond
have a
them.
drow on
Yes.
a Vesk come after us at one point. I still got his tail.
They look,
Kayling's got it away!
they looked a bit too well paid.
I don't know, gangs can have a lot of money. Just seems to be the fashion to look like this.
I mean, I like wearing the armor of the drow that we killed at the minute.
Oh yeah, you are, aren't you?
You know, I don't expect people of gangs of the slums to at least have this kind of gear. I don't know.
Can I have a look at his armor just to see if there's any logos or?
Yeah, that'd be a perception check.
Either you're being really weird about people's personal
That's me.
space today.
I said I'm looking. as I go to look, TJ says that, and I'm like, I am just looking. I'm
Yeah.
not in his personal
We
bubble.
look with our eyes up here.
We look with our hands and our eyes.
My hands are behind my back.
Good boy.
We did this.
Post it.
To which
note,
end?
no groping.
All of this happens as obviously this elevator's going up, and it takes like 20 minutes for this thing to get to
Okay, now.
a big place.
Very nice.
And it grinds and squeaks and it's noisy the entire way. You can still do that perception check.
Yeah, like 5.
5, yeah, no, it's armor.
I thought so.
Seems to be made of some kind of material.
I could have told you that, buddy.
And eventually,
He just wants to look at you.
It's not very flattering, Kaz.
I've already got someone that wants to fucking look at me. I don't need you looking at me too.
Why don't you like to go and see him?
No.
You don't have
No,
to come
no.
with me, but he might give you a discount.
If you're there, then just pout a bit, Kaz. He'll
I don't
definitely give a
think he
discount.
has anything that I need.
Oh, I bet he has, Kaz. I bet he has.
I really don't think so.
I mean, if it could get us a discount on stuff.
I mean, I think I'd like to go and see. It seems to Gil.
Is that why you've been collecting all your waters?
Eventually, the lift
Yes.
comes to a halt and it opens onto. You're still within the spike, but you are close to the upper levels of the spike now. And after another couple of like 25, 30 minutes walking, knowing the directions and there being signs now, you can make your way to. And you're heading to the Law Spire complex, yes?
Yeah.
You can make your way to the ring, which is obviously, for those of you here at the table, it's down here on the south side of the ring, basically. Free markets being up at the top, north-hand side. You make your way towards what would be like Drifter's End, the Best Quarter, and this kind of bottom half of the compass. And eventually, you see signs for the Law Spire complex. And then you see the place itself. It's big. It is a collection of buildings all around a central, beautiful spike-like tower, which is really quite pretty compared to a lot of the rest of some of the architecture that's here in Absalom Station. Quite brutal with its finding space, but this, it's not quite domed like the eye is, the central area of Absalom Station, but it has definitely got its own kind of bubble of atmosphere and its own lights, and it shows up, and it is quite grand. In front, as you enter this open gateway, is just buildings like libraries and different areas that have, you see different members like of racers. Some of them bear the Starfinder badge, other ones don't have it. So openly, all of them wear like really nice flight suits, or some of them look like close to pirates. But you just get the sense, and you've been here many, many, many times. One, you're home. Two, that these are all Starfinders doing various different things throughout their day. There is this central Law Spire. So you do that on the way.
I'm not going to lie, but yeah, as we're getting up to the building, Calyx is speeding up, and when going in, it's like not holding it out, but sort of like chest pumped up, like badge here,
Doing the stretch.
badge,
So
badge,
you
and
say
like
that.
crawling through really fast, like ooh, ooh,
So
badge.
through like what would be like the other buildings and the gardens and like this I say the gardens, they're not quite gardens, it's more like there are sometimes like
Oh, time to snack.
there are like some like planters and stuff like that. There's a lot of outdoor space which is dedicated for the
Really,
Starfinders.
barbecuing.
And you make your way to the main central Law Spire, this pointed building, and there is this, so it comes down like a spinning top upside down, and then it just comes straight to the ground. It's almost like a great big circus kind of
That's like a great
I was going to say carnival tent, but like a circus kind of marquee, but it's obviously made of a strong, solid material. Then it has these beautiful, beautiful arched entranceway, which is 30 foot wide, 40 foot tall. And stood outside of it is a human man with very, very thin grey hair that is quite short. It's pretty much bald on top now, minus a few wisps. They're wearing a very smart, it's almost like black Under Armour in a way. It's like station wear, but it is still quite smart. They have embroidered the Starfinder emblem.
Steve Jobs.
Not quite, because it's more like a loose collar, but it's a loose neck. Sorry, an open neck. They have an embroidered Starfinder badge on them, and yeah, they look a bit old and frail. And as you enter, like with your badges, they kind of like smile and nod, and they're like, "Oh, welcome to the Law Spire complex." And we're going to take a break there, we're going to take 10 minutes to go grab some drinks. Have a moment, and then we'll see what happens inside the Law Spire complex. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, guys. See you then.
Man.
because the RP was great and a character was going down the log flume slide and just couldn't hit anything else for the rest of the session, managed to punch a child in the face.
And if you want to punch a child in the face, check out Happy Piranhas. Steph doing Gals and Pals.
So, reference-wise, this is them playing D&D and the Gals and Pals nights, and I'm so happy to say that Steph's Gals and Pals night, so that is going to go so wrong.
Jack.
Please go check out the Gals and Pals nights. I know that they're selling out really fast, and they're like, you are struggling to keep up now.
Yeah.
But for those of you who...
It's for me.
You can have some.
I will have a sip.
We've shared many a drink, Tams, and it doesn't bother me.
I do actually genuinely. There we go.
I thought you were going to drop it.
No, because I realised it's the hot hand thing, and I don't want to burn your hands.
Any dice over there? Or
Um,
same with good.
I literally don't hold mugs by the handle, so you're fine.
That's my glove.
Same with good.
So please do go check out Gals and Pals if you're in Cornwall for Steph, who runs those there. Jack's got board game night. Is that done yet, or have you got that coming up?
That's next week.
Next week. We've got an open night this week on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Then we've got the actual D&D one-shots, which is on the 19th.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And then we've also got the Ghoulish Games, the Halloween special event at Happy Piranha
on the 30th. Where you're running a board game.
Yeah.
You're running
The Witch is Dead.
Witch is Dead, and I'm running a homebrew, basically Call of Duty Zombies, but D&D level 3. It's set inside what I can only describe as the Spencer Mansion from Resident Evil. I've put all three of something I really love together to create basically waves and waves of zombies, and you just fireball, axes and stuff like that, and just all you have to do is survive the rounds, and that's basically it. It's I'm really enjoying it. We've got merch in the store. Obviously, sub up with Twitch on. If you've got Amazon Prime, sub up on Twitch with Amazon Prime sub. As James said earlier, it really does help. Because for those who don't know, Twitch takes a massive cut, and we don't see it until we make at least £100, and then it drops it into the account, and I go, give me details, guys, and none of them give me their details, and then I spend it on plastic crack. I will say anything that happens to on my stream. But if you don't sub up, but you do think that you want to donate, then we do have the link that will take you to our PayPal, and you can donate there, and that won't be affected by Twitch's rates. That will just be straight up, goes to everybody here, goes to the stream, and that's all a great way that you can support the stream. If you can't support the stream financially, that's absolutely fine. We don't need you to. It's just nice if you can. Just tell a friend. Just go out there. If you're like, hey, I'm really enjoying these shows, everything that's going on here, tell a friend. Because obviously we have Starfinder right now, which is my little baby, my little thing. We're going to have some Halloween one-shots coming up. We're going to have some reviews coming up. I can't remember what we're doing anymore. I've got actual interviews with local people coming up. We've got a new campaign starting. Are we announcing anything yet?
Everyone's confirmed the date to go, right? So, I mean...
let me see if I can bring up Jack.
God. Zoom in. That's not me.
Natural one.
Hello.
Hello, you.
It was, in fact, next month, November the 14th, I believe, is the Thursday. We will be starting a new campaign of sorts. It is going to be intense. It's going to be probably quite gory. Not for the faint-of-hearted. But it's going to be quite interesting. I'm not going to reveal any more details yet, but I think in one word would just be blood. I think that's a pretty good word for it. But I'm
Daddy suck.
I will be DMing.
Jack. So Jack is in the seat.
Yep.
This is the
I
thing.
will be in that seat.
Jack is going to be in this seat every Thursday night.
Jack's gonna be daddy.
Whoa. My title!
And I can take it away!
No, it's fine. You be daddy. I only get a little bit jealous. No, Jack is going to be in the DMC,
and you are going to be a player.
And I am a player.
Yeah.
So we are looking for. Are we announcing what it's actually called, or?
Fuck it. It's called Blood Punk, and then the campaign is called Heritage of the Damned.
Have you got the box on you there?
I do, in fact. Fuck it. Let's get it out here.
Yay!
Oh, get that box
This is
out.
the box here, Blood Punk.
Nice looking
And
box.
I'll get the quick book out. Heritage of the Damned. So this was a Kickstarter project that I backed probably like last year, I think.
Yeah.
I've read through most of it. It's a fucking lot to read, but it's just cool as shit.
That's by DRS, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Dream Realm Storytellers.
They were really great. They are very, very good. So Jack's going to be running Bloodpunk for a few of us here in the room. We are going to be taking part in what is going to be an absolutely brutal and horrifically gory campaign, so trigger warning there for people. I'm desperately looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really, really good fun. And we're not going to give anything away on characters or anything like that, but once more, I've written the best backstory that anybody's ever written in D&D. I ripped off everything I love. Because I literally went Soul Reaver, Star Wars.
I mean, it all fits in, to be fair, what you've written. So,
it's good. Jack read it and was like, this is the campaign. To put words in his mouth was like, Daddy.
Alright, Jack can be stepdaddy.
Yeah, fuck's sake.
Oh, that sounds even creepier. That's not great.
Stepdad.
Stepdaddy, I'm stuck in the washing machine. Victorian's here too.
Yeah, but is it sexier? Well, that's the thing. Stepdad.
At least it's not incest. There goes the monetization on this video.
We don't encourage these behaviours.
Yeah, please don't. So pencil it in.
Don't! It's her. It's she's the dirtiest person around the table. It's a fucking joke.
Oh, God. Yep. November the 14th. Please put it in your diaries and come watch. Give it a go.
It's going to be great. As for the rest of you, lovely friends of mine who I've not seen in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. How are you? Cool, nobody jumped at that option.
No.
Trudging on through, man.
Yeah.
Trudging on through.
Yeah.
Should we jump back into the second part of this
fucking do
episode?
it.
Let's go.
Get back to Italy.
It was in Iceland.
Miss you too.
Mr. Boat.
The Lawspire Complex is the beating heart of the Starfinder Society on Absalom Station. It's located in the center of the Pact Worlds. It is a vast, sprawling complex designed to reflect both the cutting-edge technology and ancient traditions that the Starfinders cherish. Here's what you see. Upon entering the Lawspire Complex, you are greeted by a grand atrium with high vaulted ceilings that curve in like sleek, futuristic arcs. The walls are lined with holographic displays showing maps of the Pact Worlds, mission reports, and rotating projections of planets and starships. The floor is made of polished metal tiles that glisten under the bright but non-intrusive lighting. The atrium bustles with activity, from recruits to veteran Starfinders discussing missions or poring over data pads. And at the centre of the atrium stands a massive statue.
Get it right, mate.
I'm passing the buck over. I'm done. I'm checking out.
That's fair. There'll be a
A
lot
massive
more of that.
statue of a dwarven Starfinder. Culture check, please.
Oh, Christ. So 18.
18. Okay. I would say that you would know roughly who this is because you've been here before, but because you maybe read the plaque that's on it or anything like that.
Cass can read.
Didn't know you could read.
It's the statue of Durivor Creel, a notable Starfinder martyr.
Oh,
Yeah.
got shot in a dock, did he?
Yeah. And the statue represents the Starfinder's commitment to exploration and discovery. Hovering around the statue are drones, which serve as interactive terminals for Starfinders to check mission details and schedules. Yeah, this like old gentleman is like, "Oh, welcome to the Lawspire Complex," in his like black Under Armour with this embroidered Starfinder badge. It's good to see new recruits and members proudly donning the badge of the Starfinder Society. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Welcome to the Lawspire Complex. And yeah, there's like, And angels and cherubs singing. No, there wouldn't be that.
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh,
But yeah, I hand over to you guys.
Kaz, where do we go?
Well, I mean, we'll just go find our rooms. Probably ask someone where our rooms are. To be honest.
this is such a cool place. This is such a cool place. Is like, are we allowed to go and have a look around? Are we allowed to?
Please.
For most of the time, yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's really anywhere here that is restricted.
Ooh.
So is this like the centre dorm sort of thing?
No, this is like the main atrium.
Right.
It's like a museum of sorts.
I would also like to do shopping, but
Let's get situated first.
Yes.
So one thing at a time.
okay.
Kind of find like sort of maybe like an official or something.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
You're like trying to find an official like,
He's let me go get one more so I come back.
I mean, give me a. Right, so,
I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've been here. Okay.
I am a custodian of the Law Spy Complex. I am John.
It's a job. Lovely.
There are people running for the Seeker position.
Yes, a bit of a joke, really.
Oh.
People around here, and give me a culture check.
Okay. That's 12.
It's the DC is 10. So he's known as John the Door Guy. And it's a bit of an in-joke that everyone's like thinks that they joke around that he's actually the first Seeker in disguise and likes to see people come in. This whole like subculture of like young recruits, right? They so it's like, oh yeah, go ask John the Door Guy. Like, oh, you don't want to piss off John, and he's just like, yeah. Some of the recruits they put me forwards for it, but I thought I've done my time, and maybe it would be quite beneficial if I could maybe run for first Seeker. I don't
John, I'm going to do everything with my media power to get you into that position.
No, please don't. It's no.
Are you actually the first Seeker?
I am not the first Seeker. No, that would be Luazi Elisabo. And like he brings up like on one of the data pads, like he presses a button and it comes in like Luazi Elisabo is the first Seeker of the Starfinder Society. And like it's like a museum in the
We
bottom
met you
floor.
already.
Yes.
No, like
You
you're
have
the
met the
first
first Seeker. I've been here 30 years and I have not yet made my acquaintance with her yet. But I hear she is a good woman.
Well, let's
strong
not
and
broach the
capable.
subject, okay.
Oh, it is quite all
Oh,
right.
fuck yeah.
Can you tell me about the good old days?
Quite.
Don't answer that.
Okay.
What did he just walks off as he does it.
You seem quite excited. Is there anything? You said you were looking for an official. How can I?
We should have some rooms assigned to us, I think, by the first Seeker and Historia 7, perhaps.
And
Oh, Tisk.
Tisk.
Yes, I was going to say,
that's
if
the one
the
I
first
know.
Seeker is assigning you a room, it is marvelous. Or Astoria is, but
in collaboration.
okay, yeah, it's.
I love you, John.
He's like
I want John to be first
Just
Seeker.
retire.
he's like going into like his pockets and he's like.
I'm going to take a picture of John and add onto my Squeaks account.
So, are you just straight up taking a picture there and then? You probably get it when he's like in like his map pockets. He's like,
He's proper like deep arm into his pocket like.
he looks like the lamp from. He's like looking for like a data pad that he doesn't know where it is. He's like, and
Oh, I've got a photo.
I'm going to post it to my Squeaks account with hashtag #myfirstseeker.
Oh.
yeah.
I'd like
roll me
to.
D100, please.
Okay.
Please,
Please roll a
please,
hundred.
hi.
I'd like to try and help with computers and try and make it go viral. By doing
Okay.
spamming.
85.
Oh, God.
Like people commenting on the photo. Like I've seen that stuff
Yeah,
like
like
outside my
bots.
school. Yeah.
Oh, if
100%
everyone,
bots, yeah.
like everyone has their own stories about it.
Outside my school.
Oh, man.
He's always got a drone camera following him.
100 feet of the school,
you
please
send
leave.
it out and you start to see like instantly people because you maybe like tag the Starfinder Society, tag the Law Spy Complex, and people like instantly start liking it. Everyone's like, oh my god, John, and stuff like that. I need a computers check, please.
Please be high.
29.
That's pretty good.
Okay, could you roll me? So, the way I was going to do this was based off the tiers. So, 5 and below times it by 5. 10 and below times, well, 10 to 5 times by 10. 15, 20. So, you are timesing this by 20. 5. So, could you roll me a d10, please?
5.
5 times 25 is okay. 125. That's 125 bot accounts, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So, not only do you get the 85, but then you get 125 bot accounts on top of it.
Nice.
So that's 205 total.
Plus my 43.
Yeah, 85 plus 125.
210.
Plus 43.
253.
Thank you.
You now have 250 followers on Squeaks.
Nice.
Of which
We've got
they
to make
start like
John.
commenting like, "Oh my god, John prefers Seeker. Oh my god, that'd be amazing." And like there's just like all these comments on like conspiracy theories and stuff that's like John is this John, and it's like it's just everyone's like, "Oh my god, John the door guy." And it's just like yeah, he eventually he's like and like blinds like this, like it's like it's about this big, it's a couple of inches, and it's just a glass panel with
We have to make John first seeker.
with two corner little areas of some kind of alloy, and then he like presses the button and it comes up as a little data screen thing. He's like, "What was the name, please?"
We don't have a fucking name, do
We
we?
need a group name.
Well, it might be under the crew of the Orion's Hope.
Is it a crew, quarter, or individual?
Crew.
So it will be under the ship name. The Orion's Hope, or just Orion's Hope?
Orion
the
Gap Hope.
Orion's Hope.
Okay, it
Possessive.
didn't matter for the der anyway, because alphabetical doesn't matter. I just thought I'd ask.
Got a humour on this guy.
Orion's Hope. Yes, just has authorised 1 crew quarters for you all. That is going to be on.
Just gonna charge us then.
I know, it's like,
That's
what?
going to be 1,200 credits apiece.
It's alright, we got some UPBs now.
We love you, John, but don't try and fleece us.
Please, me, John. Please, be good.
You're okay.
This man's
Do you need a
awake.
hug?
What would that sound like?
Not from me.
Please.
The old man.
Oh.
Uh-oh, the book's out.
I'm getting a roll and play press book out.
Ooh. That you can get 10% off of with the code Dragonborn 10.
You can make him over your grave today.
No. Stop it.
I want.
Damn.
God, it is.
So I got 5 questions? Yes.
So I'm using the Game Master's Sci-Fi Toolkit. Yes, the room itself is ready to go. We're just loading your personal AI now.
Personal
Malfoy.
So I'm going to
My
use
father will hear
Ship's
about this.
computer. I'm going to use Ship's computer to generate an AI for the room, because each room comes with an AI.
Another one to collect.
Oh no.
We're not having a ship
Thi-
of AIs.
This is literally like a one that's in the room. It's not anything transportable.
Stop trying to steal the AIs.
Could I have? Let's hear from Cass first. A D12.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Get it.
7. Oh, that was nice. That was good. He didn't nail, unfortunately. What a prick.
Yeah, that.
That one doesn't quite work.
Alright. Here's another one, mate. 11.
We will get Sid ready for you.
Sid.
Isn't
Isn't that twat from Toy Story?
Yeah, it is.
Just
I thought you were going to say from my seat. Yeah, I was like, very different Sid.
Keep this last.
Yeah, that's the AI. How can I help you?
It is now.
The dead
Right, see you
delight.
guys.
Let's do a personality, because if I don't like what
Okay.
rolls here, then that's what we're getting. To which end then, Alex, D12.
9.
9 is chatty and easily distracted.
Yes.
Shade.
Oh, fuck.
Downloading onto floppy.
And for version history, just to see if it works, let's get a D10 from James. Welcome back to the country, buddy.
Thank you, and I've managed to do something on.
Molto bene.
Of course. 7.
7.
Seven.
Version history is free trial of the full code with limited access to keeping. It's a free trial AI.
If you'd like to continue with Sid, please put your credit stick in now.
Continue, Sid will be programmed and ready for you by the time that you get there, and he'll give you the floor number. And you know that the crew quarter ones are going to be up on one of the higher floors, but they would give you. I don't have a floor for you, but I'm just going to say that you have access to that. The lifts are over here, and he like leads you to one side, and it's very much like the Shinra Corp lifts, where they have those like circular doors that open. Anything else I can help you with at the moment, or are you straight up to your rooms?
I think we're probably going straight up, buddy.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Where's best
You
to
can
shop,
go
John?
Oh, what are you looking for?
Weapons.
There are many distributors of weapons throughout the station. There are simple vending machines you can get a blaster from, or you can find some more upbeat ones. There are certainly some places of interest to the Starfinder Society. One of them would be the Diamond Defense Surplus Store.
Is that Diamond?
Diamond Defense Surplus Store. Let me double check that one there. That is, it is within the Spike, but it's run by a young, well-travelled Yosoki called Lana Diamond Nakariso.
Knockers.
I would not be so flagrant with the words around her. She is quite the armourer.
Cheers for the inside tip, John.
Cool.
It's quite alright. Anybody else looking for anything else I can help with?
I think we can find everything else on our own, I think.
Do we tip you, John?
No, I just do it for the love of the society.
Can you just say that again, please, John?
I just do it for the love of the society.
Brilliant, adding that on to stories.
Share.
I'm looking for magical items, and I'm also looking for armor.
Oh,
With upgrades.
armor, I would go, and there are many places just like for generic stuff, but if you were looking for something a little more specific, go see Diamond, go see Lana, Diamond Defense and Surplus. As for magical items, it's very interesting, that one. There is, in the free markets, there is Iman's Emporium. That is a very good place for magical items. Sometimes there is Trinket Tailor's Goodies and Brine, but they tend to be more in the way of fashion and clothes. There is Grebo McClaw's Maladies and Cures. They also sometimes do magical items. I suppose there is also, within the lower reaches of the Spike, there are more local shops for local people, but sometimes there is a diamond in the rough.
All right.
They don't take.
Stick.
You really
That's a reference and a half.
but they don't take too kindly to new sorts round there. Then
Get on.
Maybe we should go there.
I do believe there is a place called the Node that also has behind the bar weapons, but they are unlicensed.
I could vouch for that. Oh, y'all been there.
We have roads, yes.
Not yet.
So this guy.
Go except this guy.
Is there anywhere that specialises in augmentations?
That would be probably Dynatech Industries is the major outlet for augmentations.
Oh, great.
As for, they seem to hold the monopoly on that one here.
How about not to the major corporations?
It's hard to say, actually. I will have to make a roll of the dice. Because that's... Oh, it's not good.
Use your cred stick, mate.
I'll spend John's cred stick. Yes. It's 15.
Good, John.
It's not really something I would know much about, I'm afraid. Well spent. In terms of, there might be things within Little Akaton. Maybe the Yosokis there have. They tend to deal a lot with cybernetics and augmentations, but since Dynatech is such the monopoly on it these days, they're probably the best for your money. Otherwise, you might end up with something a bit more back market that doesn't fit quite
Little
well.
Akaton.
Yes, it's an area.
It should be good Akka Town.
Oh.
It's,
That's really insensitive.
And they'll bring up a map of Absalom Station. And he's like, this here is, actually, I used to have under here for you all those months ago. Oh, there you go.
And that.
Yay!
I was prepped for episode 1. Little Akaton is actually, it's on one of the arms just past the free markets there. You have the Vest Quarter, they deal a lot with heavy artillery pieces and heavy armour. You could probably find over near Fardock maybe some more illicit stores and vendors, but realistically you probably want to avoid those all the time. But for magic items, maybe they might have things, but it depends on who brings what in, I believe. For you.
I think we're done here. Thank you, John.
Oh,
That will be all.
It's quite all right.
I'm going to fucking mash the button on the lid.
Okay.
Bye, John.
As the glass door closes.
Do you want to let
They've changed since I last was here. I didn't know this.
Yes.
That guy's
It's
very
like slightly
I can
fun.
just imagine TJ frosting up the glass and making little hearts.
And
Bye, John.
unlike the last lift you were in, it's smooth. And it goes up. And what's really nice is that although the lifts are closer into what would be the spike of the Law Spire complex, after a while you end up with this glass tube that you're in showing you the outside. And you start to see Absalom Station from the view of the Law Spire complex as you raise up to one of the upper floors. And you, just see like the streets, you see other buildings, you can see, especially because you are currently here in this particular area. And although it's close to the rest of the space, you do see that obviously like all the streets and everything down beneath it are lit like a city. And it's really quite something. It is beautiful in this weird man-made way. And eventually the doors open and you face a corridor. The corridor itself, I should bring up. There are so many different rooms here that you know that this place is quite large. The quarters within the Law Spire complex range from simple bunk rooms for junior agents to more luxurious suites for high-ranking officers and diplomats. Each room is equipped with its own personal AI, allowing for custom lighting, climate control, and security measures. And eventually, you know that you would need to move towards the inner sanctum of this floor to find the crew quarters. And you probably come past a few different areas where there's like individual ones. And the floor that you're on, it's quite nice. It's not like where you would be used to, or if Vorik was still here, he'd be used to. You are on a... Exactly. It is a nice place. And eventually you find this one room that you've got the access to and everything, and you've probably got like a little acrylic key card that like when you put it in, it to like the door slot, it like recognizes who you are, and the door opens up, and in front of you is a beautiful room. It's almost an octagonal shape when you walk in, which then has like bunks in different areas and a few different tables and workbenches and stuff. There is obviously like a shower unit, which is quite large to one of the opposite sides, but there is this massive window that looks down out of the Law Spire complex onto the streets of Absalom Station. Although all the bunks are, you know, like the bunks on the Millennium Falcon that are open, the bunks are like that, so you are sharing a room together like a ship. But you have this octagonal room with, it's got like what is essentially a teammates to one side, where you've basically got like your little kitchenette, and then you've got the window, then you've got the shower room.
Well, this is fucking bougie.
Let's see your new room. Hi, I'm Sid. How you doing, guys?
Off.
Hello, Sid.
Hello, my name's Sid. How you doing, guys?
Very
To get
well,
more greetings,
Sid.
please pay 500 credits.
Sid, play chill music.
I can't do that because I'm in a free trial.
Okay.
Can you dim the lights, Sid?
I can dim the lights, yeah.
Oh, it's too dim now. I can't see.
Just, they're not even dim, off.
No time.
Lights on, Sid.
That's the lights on. And then he says it, and then the lights come on. There's like a pause. Can I get you guys a cup of tea or anything?
Yes.
I don't want to drink anything you've touched.
I won't be touching it.
Sid, do you have
whatever.
an interface?
I mean, why?
Can you just not listen for a second? Kaz,
Yes.
can we please change this?
Yes.
I can't help but not listen.
I object to the changing of who he is fundamentally. It seems wrong.
No, just his voice.
It seems wrong.
If we can just modulate the voice to not be one of
Only if he
That.
consents to it.
That.
Sid, do you consent?
Do I consent to what?
Changing your voice.
No, I quite like my voice.
There we go.
Do you guys want to take a shower?
You're not going to be listening to us in the shower.
No, but I've got optical, so I can't see.
Oh fuck. We can't be having this.
Sid, can you not watch us in the shower?
It's for your security.
Our security, your enjoyment.
No.
I'm just a machine AI. I don't have any personality.
Is the fridge stocked?
I don't know. Open it.
Hey
Have you
Sid,
just seen outside?
Fridge.
hey Sid, is the fridge running?
Shit.
I don't know. I don't think it's got any legs.
Oh.
Sid's smart.
Have you guys seen the stars outside?
Why is it all full of spam?
Well, let's have a look at these stars then, Sid.
There's some out there down on the floor of the city. Look at those lights.
Do you dream for bigger things,
Fucking
Sid?
annoying.
Travel.
And you want some more food? What are your names?
Kaz.
Jack's already had enough of my shit.
No, Jack's loving it, but Kaz, fucking hell. He's ain't it.
My name's TJ.
Hello, Kaz. Hello, TJ.
I'm Ida.
Hello, Ida.
I'm Roos.
Hello, Reese.
Trampoline.
Make me a deception check, please.
It's too tempting to do that.
Please tell me good.
It's 20.
Makes a fucking Hi, Trampoline. That's a bouncy name.
I love it.
Ugh.
Right, guys.
Does anyone
I'm
need to talk
very
about
suspicious.
anything?
I think right. What?
Do you guys need oxygen?
Yes.
Yes.
Can
Yeah.
you stock the fridge with salad?
I'm just here to assist. You need to put
That's
the
all right, Sid. The best way you can assist us right now is just to let us get acquainted, and you take a break, okay, Sid?
To get acquainted, yeah, sure. I'm Sid. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Sid.
Right, Sid,
My real name's
Mute.
Calyx, by the way.
Oh, yeah, hello, Calyx.
mute.
Please insert credits to find that feature.
How many?
There's no rest but credits in.
Is there at least like a little thing on the wall? with,
Please
like,
pay
some
here.
sort of-
There's terminals here, yeah.
Yeah. Eden. Right, we need to fucking hack into this, right? If we can at least get over the free trial,
Yeah.
we can at least mute the fucker.
Yes.
Sound good?
Yes.
All right.
Go outside.
Yeah.
I'm also going to go back down the elevator if you want to come.
Sure.
All right.
You guys
Do you
go
guys
to the
need,
archives.
don't just take a jumper.
I'm going to find a terminal and data jack myself in.
Do you need some privacy for that?
If you can give us privacy,
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
great.
Give us 5-10 minutes.
This is free trial. You don't get privacy in the free trial.
Never mind.
Is it hard to get the?
Bit of a personal question, Jack. All right.
Is it difficult to get the faceplate of one of these terminals off so we can get to the wiring?
So you would have to do an engineering check for me,
Okay.
please.
I'm helping.
What are you guys doing down there?
21.
21.
Sing us a song, Sid.
Oh, man.
Jay-Z,
Oh no!
give me your light to do. I I'm half taken.
We get songs, but we can't mute them.
Yeah, I know.
Can you turn it off the song?
That's a 24 of engineering to get that
I've
thing.
got a 21 to aid.
Yeah, it's automatic aid, and
26 then.
yeah. So I mean, you can easily take the panel
Yeah.
off. I mean, what are you trying to find the panel to him?
Just to find some sort of connection.
Yeah,
His
To it,
interface.
yeah. If it's
Okay.
a nearer thing,
yeah,
that's fine.
for sure.
You data jacking
I'm
him?
data jacking
Okay.
in.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh. I don't.
TJ, I'm not asking permission for this.
I mean,
gonna-
consent is usually quite a thing that you'd ask for first, but okay.
I'm gonna try helping on the screen of the faceplate to try and assist.
Yeah. So you're going through. You're using the screen. I'm
Yeah,
data
yeah,
jacking
yeah,
in.
yeah.
Right. Okay. Let me find the tiers of computers.
I have a +1 circumstance bonus.
Here, have this really nice room and free stuff. Breaks it immediately.
I mean, if they're going to be this bougie, at least do the AI properly.
It's alright, I've gone.
And we're off.
Yeah.
We're off. Why did we come up with this?
We're just going to be like.
Literally dumped all stuff and
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'll leave a post-it note, gone to archives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean D10, please. Oh, you know, I'll just use some of my own.
Yeah, you know.
Like, the guy who makes dice has really got to start taking dice to anything. Got in there somewhere. Okay. It's a tier 9 computer.
Oh.
What'd you roll?
I haven't even rolled it.
I rolled a 24 to aid, Eda,
I got a 25.
so 2017.
27 total.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, the DC is 49.
Oh,
As the Law Spy complex is specifically designed in mind to not have people hacking into it, I rolled for the tier computer in this room. Fuck it, they're all tier 9 now. So, yeah, you're not supposed to be doing that, guys.
Eda, you're not supposed to be
Both
doing
of your
that.
data pads shut off and you can't turn them back on. As the countermeasures kick in, and your data terminals are shit.
Can I do mending on them?
Read mend for me, please.
The spell repairs damaged object and constructs, restoring 1d4 hit points. If the object has the broken condition, this condition is removed from it.
It is not broken, it has been hacked and shut down. You almost get so you put your iPhone code in wrong and it's like wait 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You've got to wait 12 hours now for your data pads to come back.
Shit.
What?
Is it my data pad or is it me?
Data pad. It
sorry,
is your data pad.
What do you mean? Is it you? You got
Power
shut off
down.
for 12 hours.
His data just
Jack,
from
it's from
him
my
to the
brain.
thing.
Oh,
it's
that's
my
true.
brain link.
Yeah, but it's because he's linked to his data pad and stuff
404.
like that. He's just like straight up zombie.
12-hour rest.
I need a
Alright,
hard
we'll put the
reset.
terminal back on the wall.
Thanks for that. I don't like being naked.
Put the fucking screws back in.
And as this like conversation's happening and like TJ and Ida and Kazu now, what are you two up to?
Oh no, I'm with these guys.
Oh, have you gone out as well?
Yeah, yeah.
What are these guys up to? Is you
What
guys
are the archives?
down to the what?
What are the archives?
Where are the archives? Where are the archives? Oh my
We're
god.
going down to archives.
Edge
Okay.
is an edge.
Edge.
Is it the archive cortex,
Yes.
yeah?
Ah.
Okay, so you would have to go back down to the atrium.
Go for that. Oh, for this one.
Okay, next time try.
Oh god, it's
And
bacteria wang again.
there are a few other.
Bacteria wang.
So you go back down to the main atrium, and you would probably have to ask because you don't see signs for the archive cortex anywhere. So you probably have to ask somebody or try and find.
John!
You see, like shoving tissues into his pocket, just like. Yes. Did you find your room
We
okay?
did, it's lovely, John.
Good. Just the AI is just right.
Perfect. Wouldn't change
No.
a thing.
No, it's not great.
change a thing.
I'm gonna be thinking about you two stuff. If we could change it.
It pulls out the data. It's like we're currently running a free trial of the Abadar Corp current AIs for the rooms.
Can we have like
Would you like to
basic-
take a survey for the...
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, hand you a data pad and goes over to a drawer and like, there's just tons of these fucking
No,
data.
I just
Because you're going to
5-star
love it.
everything.
Do you want to do one too?
Yes,
Would
1 star.
My Aspraxa friend, would you like to do a survey
what-
too?
what the hell?
And also, there's a bit on there about my service today, if you'd like
5
to.
star. And at the end, in extra comments, it's John should be first seeker.
Yeah, hashtag my first seeker.
That's very good. Yes, so they are the Abadar Corp AIs. We're currently trialing them out. Is there anything else I can currently help with?
Yes, actually, John. We are looking for the. Where are we going?
We're going for the
archives.
archives.
The archives or the archive cortex?
Cortex?
Ah, are we down here again?
I assume you're looking.
Cortex. We're looking for the archive cortex.
Okay.
Okay, so you would obviously need permission to go
just
down
wanted
there.
to be out
do you
of the room.
do you have access from any of the data files?
Yes.
You can probably ask
Yeah,
Historia
no, like
7.
Historian 7 was like, come visit, babe, anytime.
It doesn't sound like her. but
Well, she didn't say babe, but she just went, please come visit. We have much to discuss.
Okay. And they bring up like
Trust
this
me, bro.
thing that starts going through. It's like, yes, I can see access has been granted for you and your team. Follow me, please.
Thanks, John.
John, can I ask, does the Starfinder, do you have notice boards?
In what kind of way?
If I want to put an advert out.
Oh, yes, by all means, yes. And he like goes over to like one of the screens and is like, taps with it, and you just see like you see a bit of a quest board.
Hey.
Don't ask me what's on there at the moment. I'll fill it after this session.
Okay.
But if you want to put something on there,
I want to put fluent Elven language teacher desired for beginner learner,
okay.
please.
And yeah, you can like ping your own Starfinder like kind of like name and say that you are looking to learn Elven as a language.
I've looked it up.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Can you
need
read
to
out the mechanic for me,
spend
please?
20 days with someone who's fluent, effectively.
20 days with somebody who's fluent. Okay.
Well,
Perfect.
I mean, it doesn't have to be consecutive, but it's 20 days.
Total.
Yeah.
Does it give you a number of hours?
Me.
Imagine whatever 20 times 24 is.
I just want to double check.
Solid straight learning.
Would you just be like listening to it spoken and trying to figure it out? Or...
No, hopefully actually getting like structured lessons, not
It
just
can
like.
always be easier to get to Dynatech and get a graft.
Where is it?
Boo.
I
Don't
managed
smile.
to close it like
Boo,
an
John,
idiot.
boo.
Well, yes, and he starts leading you over to another set of elevators, which were over on the very furthest side from where you entered. They are not glass fronted and they are very official looking. John places his data pad into the terminal and then holds down a button and is like, "Lord,
20 days of training.
Custodian John, with what would they say? Custodian John with access to the archive cortex for the crew of Orion's Hope, 3 members of the team. Names, please.
TJ Squeakerson.
TJ Squeakerson,
Calyx.
Calyx,
Roos.
Roos. Takes it back out and the door
Here.
opens. If you step in, the elevator will take you to the archive cortex.
Thank you, John.
It's my pleasure, TJ.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure, Calyx.
Ah.
It's my pleasure, Roos. And you guys can step into.
Do you need healing, by the way? Your throat sounds like really rough.
No. Feels like the tissue.
You're perfect, John.
Oh, thank you.
I've got a mug of water if you want, or it can be anything you want, as long as it's not alcohol.
I would love some water if that's okay.
Here you go.
Just dribble.
A little bit. John's alright.
Except when it does not
It's
burst out.
alright.
Thank you very much. It's
That
very
back.
kind of you to offer me some drink.
Fine powder on the rim.
Oh.
A little bit of like that corner spill.
Oh.
Anyway, back to my duties.
Thanks, John. Bye, John.
Bye, guys. Have a safe trip.
Button right.
The wording You can spend time to learn an additional language. It takes 20 days of training to gain a bonus language. These days need not be consecutive. Each language requires a trainer who shares the language with you and knows the language you want to learn, or a book written in the language you know that explains the basics of the language you want to learn.
Yeah, I mean, like, as we go shopping, like, my first Elvish book is probably something you can get a hold of.
Yes!
But we'll wait until we do that in a bit. The elevator goes down.
Ooh.
And it doesn't take too long. It comes to a smooth halt, and the door doesn't immediately open, but there is like a sort of like chirping from the data terminal, and then there is like a of light inside the lift. The door opens, and in front of you is an amazing sight for you, Calyx, I imagine, as there are these beautiful workstations which are all circular, and they all kind of like point up, kind of like the Lawspire complex, where it's just these like ergonomic screens that run through them, and all of them can project at different levels, and you can like layer the information that's there. There are hundreds of people at work in here teaming through data. Perception check from everybody there, please. As for the terminals themselves aesthetically, you know Camino in Attack of the Clones, like the whole kind of like white everything's, it's a lot like that in here. It's like all white clinical with like blue holographic screens. Yeah. Perception check for TJ. 19.
23, 25.
23, 25, yeah.
10.
10. So for you, obviously it's like quite bright, and you're like, you know, just trying to take all of this in. For you, this is obviously like just the processing of information and desk job at its finest.
You can just feel me shaking, like, oh.
And a lot of the people are in the same sort of clothes that John was in, these like custodian style stationwear suits which have like embroidered Starfinder badges on them, and they just sit there and they've got like Neuralinks on, or they've got like AR glasses, and just basically like properly like teaming through data and stuff like that. Sometimes like they'll be working in teams, other times there's people running across. All different races. There's Kasatha, there are Yosokis, humans, there are androids, and it's just a hive of activity. And the thing that you notice is there's also a Stokie here. There are running between stations like excited children, and then they're like tapping on something, they go like running away somewhere else. There are Hostoki, and you can see that like some of the custodians are just like custodians, sorry, not custodians. Looking for the Imagine that. There's just one guy just like, these custodians are just like, they're having to like, they're like holding like stacks of like data pads, like having to move out of the way, and like sometimes one of them will run up and they're like, yeah, and they'll like hand them something, and then there's like a balcony above where you can see an office, and it's like very like Men in Black style. Kay's office. That's like, who's the actual main agent? Not Kay. Zed. Like his office is above it all. It's kind of like that. And you see in there this, there are just screens everywhere, and sat in what is kind of like a half-egg chair at a desk is in their blue jacket with the same like black custodian clothes on, with their blue hair, the antennas, and the screen, is Historia 7.
I'm gone.
Bye, Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I am literally just like literally running up walls and just like going through books or going through just anything here, because I'm just wanting to just look at what's here and just take in just random things that delight me.
Okay, give me a perception check.
An enjoyment roll. A what?
There should be a perception check. So there's no investigation.
26, 28.
It'll be 28. And for those who maybe haven't heard before, the reason we get 2 numbers for Calyx is because he got such bad eyesight that it's within 60 feet. Outside of 60 feet, he gets a -2 to that check. But I mean, your perception's so high. I love that you're the most able-eyed decimal that's out there. You're like, I know that shape. Very, very perceptive. Okay, so there is a lot of people going between different astronomical events, different like graviton waves. There are so many things from like magical items to.
Just leave me. I'm fine.
Yeah, sometimes you see like people like checking like corporations like dealings. Sometimes you see like crews of ships and freighters and stuff like that, and you're not quite sure what any of it means or why it's being poured over. You do see that like there is a lot focused on the upcoming elections, and there's like whole teams that are dedicated to like running through like the speeches that have already been given from like Zano and from Luwazi, and it's just like they're looking for like keywords and indicators, and then you're looking on social medias, and then you see like HFS Stokey come up and John for First Seeker from like a recent account, and you're starting to see stuff like that all around. They're obviously in like hyperdrive mode for upcoming elections. Obviously, does Roos do anything in this moment?
I guess I'm just keeping everyone company. Like, I don't want to be up there,
Yeah.
so I would prefer to just join these guys. So I'm not really doing anything particular. I'm just like,
Yeah.
what does that do? Oh shit.
Self-destruct has been activated.
Yeah. Just looking around.
Pack
checking
world's imploding. Imagine they had one button.
Somebody
to do
erased it from the archive memory.
Gap 2.0.
that.
Kyoko's everywhere.
And TJ.
I want to see if there's any Histoki that I recognise.
So you start like moving your way into the room. Calyx is like dashed off. Roos is probably. Are you staying close by to TJ? Or
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So you're like as you step in and you see them, and like for a minute you're like. And this like excitement, and as you start like looking around, you think you recognise one or two, but then you just hear this like clatter of acrylics and screens hitting the ground, and you turn around, and stood there, like just a pile of data pads at the floor in a pencil skirt and a loose blouse with this like cut-in bob.
I'm going to turn away for a minute.
Lip trembling, eyes wide, you see a female Histoki.
I'm going to turn away for a second. I'm going to
TJ!
unzip my armour just a little bit more. Kind of ruffle my hair. Hey, Linda.
Give me a. What charisma check is this going to be?
Diplomacy?
Yeah, I think so. Well, it's not really. This is kind of like a. Actually, with
Swish.
let's do a disguise check.
Okay.
Because you were like quickly like changing something up.
Disguise is 18.
18. Okay, cool. And then what is your charisma score?
My charisma is +4.
Okay, cool. TJ.
Linda.
In just slow motion, we just see like this like hamster, this like grey bob hair running towards you. She just like jumps
I will just catch
and
her
embraces
and
you.
spin her around. You're safe.
Yes, you're here.
Hello.
You're here.
Yes, I'm here.
You
And
weren't
you're-
responding to my messages until.
I know, I'm so sorry. I've been off world and I didn't get them until we got back today, and I didn't want to put you in jeopardy by outing a position or anything. And I so hoped you'd be here, and you are.
I am here. Things are so much different now. I'm sorry.
No. I'm sorry. Linda, you need to know that I only dissolved our living arrangement because I wanted to keep you safe.
I only did it because I thought you didn't love me.
Linda, I've thought of you endlessly.
All those times TJ's mentioned.
And Linda, I have always loved you. Always.
I'm just stood here watching that.
There it is, just two humanoid hands just open the door, and like people are still like Empire Strikes Back. Like, oh, sorry, just going again. You're still like moving past them, and she's just like, I've always loved you. Oh, Timothy.
I'm gonna sort of like awkwardly cut because TJ's been feeling things and learning things. Awkwardly take her face and bring her in for the most awkward hamster kiss that's ever existed.
Like really puffed up cheeks.
Yeah.
Like really
She's
pursed
like-
up,
Teeth
puffed up.
bumping to each other.
And she's like, and like sort of like lets you pull her in,
Yeah.
and then
Her head flicks.
you make contact. Like a bolt of electricity through your body, through both of you. You can feel now that sexual tension
Oh, Linda.
that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
And like time stops almost for you as you embrace, as your teeth scrape together. Like, but like, you know, the plush bodies kind of like pulling together, and you know, it's just this like beautiful moment of contact that you've never experienced before, but now it just feels natural and right. And she just, like, her fingers, these like hamster fingers, like squeeze onto like your back and are just like holding your fur and your armor, and she like presses her lips against yours and then pulls back from the kiss. We should find somewhere else.
Yeah, we definitely should. Yeah, 100% now.
Yeah, me too. I'm just gonna leave. Give you guys a minute.
I will let you determine what happens here, not me. What would
Bruce, do you want to watch?
You've got a lovely shade of red.
I just think it's the perfect thing that Bruce was there to witness that.
And it's like, it's not pretty. It's like two people who've never kissed anything in their lives before.
It's
Just like,
exactly that.
It's like high school.
Yeah. Very much so. Yeah, I'll find a dark corner somewhere with Linda.
Yeah, I'm not going to WAP you that.
No.
No,
Give us
Go.
a shout.
yeah,
Got a room upstairs with an AI.
you do have a room upstairs.
Upstairs with an AI.
And we'll come back to that. So do you guys rush back to the elevators and basically
Yeah, probably get past these two on the way up.
leaving you and Felix in the Little Spy Complex, and you see
Oh, I'm just halfway up a wall.
John's like, young love.
luckily John's not there. But as you two, like, you watch this unfold, and then you like turn back around to be like, okay. You see Historia 7 stood on the balcony to her office, just smiling. Gives you like a quick wave. And then you can see it like teaming through data. Anything else you guys would like to do in this moment?
I'll stick with you.
Where's TJ?
Oh, she had to pitch a tent. He had to pitch a tent.
But we've got a room upstairs. Where's he camping?
Yeah, that's something that he had to do, and I think we should just give him a minute.
Why is he camping
Just-
in the middle of Absalom?
Just don't ask.
Spit that shit right back out.
Spit on that bag.
Give that tea that hut too.
Oh, what are we doing?
Oh.
Well, let's just
So
say
the furries out there.
the elevator isn't the only thing that's going up.
Gravity's reversing.
But why don't you show me what you're doing?
That's probably the best. Yeah.
Bruce is just so awkward. Please change the fuck.
Are you going back to the room?
Yeah.
Okay, so in this moment, like, you two are just like, Bruce is like, for fuck's sake. And like, you.
I'm just going to show you a book of star maps.
And with that, eventually, like, you two are like, just as you're being kicked out of like access of a tier 9 computer, a ball of fur rolls through the door, like down like maybe like 2 or 3 steps into the room, and they're just like, like not, I don't know if you've ever heard
Very primal.
It's really fucking primal.
Just close.
I'm just trying to picture it, man.
I'm trying not to.
Jack gets it in the back.
Save.
Oh, yeah.
TJ,
Two
put the camera
hamsters
away.
are fighting.
TJ, you good?
Yeah.
Feelings.
Okay. Ida, how are you and I? Yeah. Not that.
No.
You
You guys-
sorry, but no.
Can
I'm with
leave.
you on that.
Just awkward lift down, like, so.
And while we fade out of that scene, as you guys re-enter down into the main atrium, is there anything you guys want to do in this moment?
Hi, guys! How did Sid go?
I saw
So
things we shouldn't.
are you all meeting back up in the main atrium now?
Oh, I don't know. Sure. why
I'm with
not?
you. Whenever you're done, I'll.
Yeah.
I don't know if you actually
Yeah.
want to go down there and ask questions or not. That's all.
No, I literally just didn't want to be in a room with Sid.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So we'll say that some
In the
time
atrium,
passes.
Yeah, we'll be in the atrium.
And you can be like, oh, meet us in the atrium, we'll go out
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
and you tell me what you're doing.
I mean, look, I need to see someone. I think best.
I've got some shady stuff to sell.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'd
But
like to buy some stuff
I do need to
I
go
would
shopping as
I
well.
want to
and sell.
go shopping too.
You got some money now.
Yeah, 100 credits.
You should have more than that.
We got more than that. You've got,
Out of character.
you've got
Were you here last time?
9,500 UPBs.
I
Yes,
got
you were, yeah,
100
yeah.
credits.
Oh,
Do you-
I wasn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it.
You should have.
Everyone has 9,500 UPBs, and there is 2,500
Oh, yeah,
left on
UPBs.
the
Oh, yeah.
ship.
Yeah.
For
I've
general
got-
ship.
So what was that?
upgrades.
Actually, I've got
9,500 UPBs.
I remember.
Yes, okay.
Money, there should be credits and UPBs.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'm on the hunt for something in the
Oh, UPBs are it.
free
Yeah,
market.
there you go. You have, right, thanks to like yours and Kaz's expert taking a part of this drift rock that you found that had these mechanical components between you. You found a lot of UPBs. Universal polymer bases can be spent like money in most places, not all places, but they're also used to fix your ship back up when it takes hull point damage. To which end, Calyx suggested putting them aside like 2,500 UPBs
Yeah,
for hull
so
points,
that's general
which is probably
ship
more than you'll ever
repairs.
fucking need. But it's safe.
Never know.
But you never know.
Yeah.
Whereas
It is
now
10
you guys.
UPBs for every 1 point of damage in repairs.
Yeah, but also I think UPBs is probably how you'd have traded a lot of stuff, you know, in your life. So, yeah.
Rich, yo!
I realise that we only have about 15 minutes left, so obviously I know that you guys want to get some shopping done while TJ's getting dirty.
TJ's not going to take long.
Gonna leave
He'll be
Linda.
back down in like 2 minutes.
Have you ever seen Hot Shots Part Deux?
Pot duh.
Yeah. You know when like the grenade launch goes off and the guy's like stuck to the wall? That's a hell of a gun. That's the horrible image I have in my head.
No, I don't want it.
You just hear Sid talking over it. Like, do you guys need
Oh
something?
my god! Sid would be like, I see you guys are trying to have sex, can you handle that? Like,
Do you want me to set the mood?
That's a premium option. You're going to have
Yeah, we
to
could do some instructions.
Daisy, Daisy.
Just put he sings Barry Manilow, but every now and then it just cuts into an advert for Dynatech.
Bringing up biological life forms mating procedures.
Hot.
And I'm not doing any more of that.
It's a
To
weird
which
niche
end for the rest of you, as the next 30 seconds unfolds, is there anything that you are looking for itemized? Do you want to RP any shops, or are you wanting to just like tell me what you want, I'll tell you if it's available?
I need to sell drugs.
Right.
We got 50 minutes.
You are like.
This really is the sex, drugs, and rock and roll episode.
Isn't it?
Yeah, Daisy.
Hamster sex.
Pop in some cherries and.
Sex, drugs, and Sid AI.
Oh, that's an episode name
That's
right
the
there.
title.
Yeah.
Sex, drug, and Sid the AI.
Fuck the two sports race. Get that out.
Pales in comparison.
I've got some brawn that I'd like to sell.
Some brawn.
Yeah.
You're just going to sell that powdered hot too as well.
Yeah.
So, episode 42, I'm going to write that down. Sex, drugs, and
Sid
Sid the AI.
the AI. Right. So you want to sell drugs.
This is peak D&D.
Yeah.
That was that's what Starfinder.
Peak TTRPG.
Peak TTRPG.
Catch you for teaching.
So you want to sell? That's fine.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to buy, sell, do anything?
I want to
Buy.
buy it. Yeah.
Yeah, buy armor.
So you're looking to buy armor.
Something with a higher KC than 13.
Yeah. 13? Is that all you got?
14.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bruce wants to buy armor.
That's a bad miss.
I've sent you a list of things
I've
that
got your
I
list,
want,
yeah.
and I do want to sell one or two things as well.
What are those things?
So I want to sell probably 2 of the Shadow Staffs, and probably the Kasatha Microcord. Also, depending on where I get the armor from, if it's from Gil, I'd like to attempt to get discount with Gil.
Okay, so we'll get to that in a minute.
I'm looking for 2 things. Hopefully one of them is at least available. Augmentation Force Souls Mark II.
Okay, hang on. So, augmentation. What is it?
Force Souls, as in the soles of your feet, Mark II. They cost about 9,000 and something credits on the thing.
Sorry.
Shall I tell you the other thing?
Yeah,
Or are you looking? The other thing is an armour upgrade. Is a haste circuit.
Armor upgrade, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So I have places where these things are all going to be.
Cool.
Armor upgrade, haste circuit, they're really good.
I'll send you my
I would
list.
actually like to buy another thing as well.
Yeah.
A long-ranged weapon. I did have a laser rifle, but something with a bit more punch. I think I stashed it on the ship.
Okay, so any basic weapons or armor, you can just straight up go and buy them on here. In terms of selling though, obviously you sell them for 10%. You could try. So it seems like most of you want to go to defense, diamond defense.
I think so. I think it's the first port of call.
Because that seems to be the majority of armor supplies. We need to go back down to the spike to do so. It's not too far down in the spike, but it is a. Just find. There it is. So. I had you all written down somewhere.
God damn it.
Places of interest. So.
Just working on it.
No, it's really slow.
So you find diamond defense and surplus, and it looks like the logo to this like shop, which is in the spike. It's like just built into one of the walls, but it's got this neon sign, which is a playing card of a diamond. But the diamonds have like a knife hilt to them as well, and it says underneath it diamond defense and surplus. And then there is a shop window which has laser pistols and different kind of weapons in it, and then the door is like a simple it opens in two parts, but it is mostly like a kind of glass of some kind, and there is again like the diamond symbol on the front. You can all go inside if you so wish. I assume at this point TJ is caught up.
Oh yeah, absolutely tussled and
Yeah?
just looking a bit shell shocked. I think it was like, hi guys, hi.
What the fuck was that?
You good? I'm so good, Calyx. I'm so good.
Do you code?
No. I'm a new man eater.
Where's Linda?
Sleeping it off.
Yeah. She's a possessed cigarette. Left her in my mouth.
Cuts to Linda and she just explodes.
Anyway.
I'm not saying that's been happening to their race, but
I know. Triggering.
maybe that was the trigger. Imagine if it was.
Don't you dare.
Don't take the one thing
Inside is it's almost like a convenience store setup. There are like rows and like shelves and stuff like that that you can see different tech items, armor upgrades, and like little bits and bobs here and there. You can't quite make sense of too much of it, but it's enough that you can start like perusing round. Behind a counter in like a larger area with a workstation, but with like a comfy chair, you see a Yosoki. This this like grey white furred female Yosoki who wears silk weave, Decimar silk armor that is completely covered in knives. They have this like white fur and red eyes. They've got a very narrow face. She just watches you as you walk in. Maybe turns in her chair, doesn't say anything, folds her arms.
Hi. Cool.
She slowly leans in, like to the counter. She's just like, Hello.
Hi. I'm looking for these I'm just gonna give her the list of things.
Okay. Are you looking to sell first, or are you looking to buy?
Oh, yeah, I am looking to sell as well. So unless I have 2 freebooter armors as well, I'd like to get rid of.
Oh yeah.
So, as you start like piling armor on and stuff like that,
Anyone else?
if you want to sell things for, obviously hit the sell button for 10% on your thing. She's like, and starts speaking to you. Oh, where did you find freebooter armor? She's like, I get tons of this stuff, and we rip it apart and repurpose it. But you put the shadow staffs up, and she's like, an unusual weapon. Where is this from?
Kashuria? Pretty sure that's where we picked them up. This is
It
actually.
was before that.
Was it?
That was off the guys
Avon?
on that station X.
Oh
state-
god, yeah, this
or
is
Z,
Outpost
whatever it
Said.
was. Yes.
Yeah, we got it from Outpost Said.
In the NIST system. Interesting.
Yeah.
She got attacked by those
So
guys.
this is unusual because it's from a different system and you wouldn't normally see it.
Give me a persuasion check.
Stats. Stats. Where are you?
Where are you?
Where are you?
One person at a time, or you all
If
whoever's
you've
selling.
got stuff that you're selling that you
Yeah.
think is not unusual that you can get any more out of, just hit the sell button and it'll give you the 10% of their value back.
Cool.
I assume that's diplomacy?
Yes, it is.
That's 15.
I will give you an extra 100 credits for them.
Each or
Each. I like unusual things. Thank you very much. And you see, like she wraps her hands around them, engages it, and it's like, good. Any other interesting wares among your crew?
Red Star Plasma Kakuri.
It's not an unusual item, but I will happily take it off you.
I've got nothing to sell. I'm just looking to buy.
Please, how can I help?
I'm looking for something specific. I've got a haste circuit. I'm not great.
And I like her fingers drum on the. I'll do. And then leads you down, and then finds like it just looks like a small motherboard, and then there's like a small crystal on it. It's like this is the haste circuit. A very useful item.
I think it's quite useful for my combat style.
I don't care.
Just making conversation.
Well, make
How
me
much
some
are you?
credits.
How much are you selling for?
What's the price?
I think it's 9.5.
10,000.
Seems a bit higher than normal.
What's normal? How would you know?
I've done my research. Hence why I know it exists.
Give me a diplomacy check against her sense motive. Oh, the sense motive is a 4 on the dice. It's low.
I think it's only 17.
And she like smiles and winks at you. 9,500.
That seems fair.
Seems like a fair price.
Do you take UPBs?
I do.
Are they worth any more than credits for you?
No.
Okay. I'll hand over basically all my UPBs for it.
She like swipes them into a very small bag. Who else is looking for anything in particular?
An ability crystal.
I'm also looking for one of those.
That is not my area of expertise, I'm afraid. Augmentations like that are hard to come by on this station without being heavily policed by certain corporations. Give me a sense motive.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Yep, cool. Anybody else?
I need a better gun, and I don't understand anything about guns.
Ah, Stokey. What kind of... basically, if you can afford a gun, you can...
Cool. But I'll be referring to everyone else like, what gun? What should I get?
That's what I'm just about to ask.
I'm looking for a. Oh no, carry on. Because I can't remember which one of these two I wanted.
Is that the D suit or the?
It's the D suit or the.
She
troop
only
suit.
has the D suits here.
Yeah.
Okay.
As for a trope suit, you would have to maybe find someone a bit more. Buoyant in their character.
Yeah. That was.
Basically, you're allowed to go shopping and spend your credits. Unless you're after something very specific or selling things, then that can change what it is here. Anything else that you guys...
I'm after a suit of armor that's got a KAC of at least. What's your KAC?
Mine's about 20.
At least 18. Possibly have some Vesk build.
Okay, so you can go into your inventory, basically, and if you go to the character builder, go to equipment, and then look for... there's power armor and armor. Obviously, if you're not proficient in power armor, which is what a lot of Vesk armor is, you'd have to just look in regular armor, and then you have to add a filter for armor type, and then click on light or heavy, which I think for a Solarian is only light armor.
Okay.
Double check that though. And then if you change the order to level ascending, it will show you all of those and like the increases that you get and everything like that.
Ah, man. Fuck it.
Take it away.
But while you
We'll go for
guys,
it.
because you can do all shopping like that
Yeah.
off screen, is there anything in particular other than that from this place that you're looking for?
I will buy that D suit.
Yep.
Just looking at it. A thermal regulator.
You can get a thermal
Yes.
regulator here.
Yeah, so a hybrid thermal regulator. The D suit.
Alright.
You've already asked about the military crystal. The other two are magical items, so probably not here. So I'll buy those two.
Yeah, magical items here is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Nope. Can't think of anything else.
Not here anyway.
No. Anything else
Oh, nice.
shopping wise here? Because I'm aware of the time.
I was gonna get like a rifle or something, but
Okay.
I can do that later.
So what? Just to make sure, double check your proficiencies if you're proficient in like just small arms or if it's like
Yeah.
long arms and other things. 'Cause it might just be for Solarians. Small arms and stuff. Because obviously you're all about hitting with your melee.
That's probably you can make sure you can wear heavy.
Ah, shit.
That's the only thing.
It's not gonna make a difference, is it?
Huh?
It's not really gonna make a difference, is it? Tens. Oh wait.
I
no.
think
Plus.
KSC you get like a 10 flat or something, don't you? And then you add whatever the armor gets you.
It should automatically add it in there for you.
It's only because when you're looking through your mess, it's like plus 11 to EAC / plus this to
Yeah, I
KAC.
believe so. And then there are like,
So-
as you go up, it will add dex caps to your scores and stuff. So like,
Peacekeeper.
if you Bruce is on like an aisle with cats like naming the armors.
Look at this.
There is like, so basically if it says like dex, like highest dex is 5.
Yeah.
If you've got like a dex of plus 15, let's say at high levels, but you're wearing power armor,
Yeah,
it cuts
you're
your dex
limited.
back down to
Yeah,
5, which affects your other skills as well. So you do get a cap on things with that.
Yeah, the broken teeth.
Pretty high.
Light, so you definitely would be able to.
Basic and advanced melee weapons and small arms is all your.
Okay, I'll have a look at the armory.
Unless you take feats as you level up to basically
It's all good.
get weapon specialization and weapon proficiencies.
The Kaz is there with Roos, like, what do you reckon?
It's light. It's like plus 10 to everything. It's kind
So
of.
if we're
good,
diving
good
into
festival.
shopping, we'll
Yeah,
probably
this
end
is
the
probably
episode
it.
there.
Yeah.
Or else we're all going to sit there
Sorry.
spending 10,000 UPBs.
You want to spend money?
Then that's absolutely fine, but we can talk
I
about that.
also
Let's
wanted
talk-
to ask, can this be spent in UPBs or in credits?
In this shop, she will take UPBs like you wouldn't
Okay, I will
believe.
spend the UPBs then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
To which end then, we probably see like a final scene where like,
I I don't want warranty.
Yeah, we see we see Roos like saying that, and like this Yosoki being like, okay. And yeah, we see like
If it fails, I'm not gonna come back.
we see like a pile of weapons and armor as you guys are able to spend those UPBs in this particular store. And as the camera fades out, that is where we're going to end the episode for this week, and we'll be back next week. Thank you so much, everybody who's watching live, anybody who's watching on YouTube. Thank you, podcast listeners.
Thank you for
Keep
listening.
on downloading, because wow, every week I'm blown away by the numbers. It's ridiculous. Thank you so much, guys. May those dice gods be ever in your favor. We'll see you next week. Have a fantastic week. Bye now.
Ciao.